Time to warm up the dice. Prepare the snacks. Will there be safe passage or brutal attacks? The players come from everywhere on Lantern Noir. Elves, dwarves, giants, and dragons is what you are. So pull up a chair. Get ready for the next campaign. It'll be a hell of a lot more fun than sitting in the rain. For the next 5 hours, time is gonna move a lot faster. Thanks to your imagination and your fabulous dungeon master. Lantern Noir presents.
Hey, good evening and welcome to another session of the Candlekeep Mysteries. We are in episode 4, which is part of Madroth's Mighty Digressions. We're in part 2 of that adventure. It's the second adventure in the series. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I'm the dungeon master for these particular games. I'll see what I can do to kind of help boost that sounds just a pinch for y'all. Thank you for the feedback on that front. I also want to blow anybody out while we're playing tonight. I want to first, before we do anything else, thank everyone that's been contributing in the pre-show. Chat's been really active, and we actually have a hype train currently winding down, which is just, I mean, we haven't even started yet, and this is like the best community to bring these games to. I can't think of more talented people to put in front of you as players, and a more amazing audience to present to, with special shout outs to Bravo for Tango and to Tier for subscribing and for gifting some subs to the community, and for everyone that's been cheering. It's a great way to start the night off, and it starts off the Book of Fate, which we'll talk about in just a couple of minutes, with an additional 7 chapters that can be used to twist everyone's fate, hopefully for the better. But enough about me. Nobody's really here to see me. I'm just here to give these amazing characters an opportunity to shine. So we're going to open up the table with a kind of a round robin of introductions as to who you are, where we find you for your content, and then a little bit about who you're playing tonight. Linarius, are you ready to kick us off?
Yeah. I'm Linarius. My character is Jansen. They are an elven monk. Oh, that's really cool. They are an elven monk. They're haunted, so I have all these demons that I talk to, and I stream mainly Zelda content and some horror games, and yeah.
Oh no. Too many things on mute. Sorry. Hi, everyone. I am Jessie, or Enceladus, and I am playing Mir tonight. Mir is a Water Ganassi bard who hates people, loves shiny things, and has a big crush on Ember. If you're interested in machine learning, AI, programming, astronomy, space, anything like that, my channel is a great place to go. It's all about science and technology. And yeah, I'm really excited for tonight.
I'm Tiffany. I am playing Shona, or Sho, or your friendly neighborhood librarian barbarian, like a half-elf barbarian, and I'm the one that is both going to tell you the books you want and make sure you return them on time. What I'm up to is not much online currently, because there's been big life things going on. So hopefully I should be starting to get some more stuff up on Instagram pretty soon, but nothing probably in the next week or two. So mostly here.
Hi, I'm Barely Molly, or Bear, whatever you feel like, and I play Ember, who is a rogue fire ganassi who has a very loud mouth and likes shiny things in this campaign. So if you want to check out more art, or some of the art here that I did, I'm on Twitter. I do art streams on Saturday and Sundays, and I also post a lot of art on my Twitter. and sometimes Reddit. So if you're on Reddit and you're in the D&D subreddit, I post there a lot. So same handle as here.
All right. Well, that's who everyone else is playing. As the Dungeon Master, for those not overly familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, I get to play everybody else. So pretty much every character you come across in a show whose name is not in the opening credits, that's me. Which I have to tell you, I thought about cosplaying at the level that our players are bringing on a regular basis. And I'm sorry, I just don't think I can do the costume changes and keep the stream to under 3 hours. I'd like to. I time myself. I can go all the way into a full orc and back out in about 98 minutes. So, and that was like with quick change. So I don't know if we can do that in the future. Before we get rolling, thank you, Loafbone, for the subscription. It's great to have you for 2 months now as part of the family. I appreciate everyone's support to get us here. Let's get on with some dungeons and, if possible, maybe even a dragon. We'll have to see where everything goes over the next 2.5, 3 hours. When we last left our intrepid heroes, they had arrived in the metropolis of Baldur's Gate. What brought them there? Well, they were on a quest to investigate some malicious books, because we all knew that reading could kill you. We never really, we had our suspicions every time someone will pick up a book. But what if it kills me, Mom? Well, these books could. And so the party was commissioned by the Avowed of Candlekeep, the fortress library, to investigate where these malicious texts had come from. Their investigations led them back to a marketplace stall by the name of Amber Dune Books, located in the Wide, a massive, sprawling outdoor market in Baldur's Gate. The party set out on a 4-day journey. Right as they were at the gates of the city, they were affronted by a highwayman who turned out to be a were-rat. They dispatched him without too much difficulty, despite the fact that only 2 ever had a chance to attack him, as they discovered the hard way were creatures are immune to regular weapons, forcing the party to begin to ponder what their plan might be going forward should they meet more of his ilk. They negotiated with the guards, guaranteed they were not going to commit any major felonies while they were within Baldur's Gate, or at least promised convincingly they were not going to, and made their way in towards the market, which is pretty much where we wound down for the evening, and we're picking up tonight. Did I miss anything, folks, that we want to make sure we included, or a question from last time about a story element, just to be on the safe side?
Were-rat.
Were-rat. We have minis?
Were-rat.
Those are awesome.
And Ear, thank you for the gift sub. And I think we saw a bunch of other ones go by too. Yes, thank you again for the support. We'll do our best to do our shout outs while we're playing. It can be a little bit tough, so we might just have to we'll chat. It depends on the scene we're in. But we really do appreciate everyone's support while we're going forward. If we're good, let's get into the moment. It is late midday. You are on the outskirts of the Wide with your wagon with 2 dead rat carcasses in it that you brought in from the road. What is your collective plan, and where do you intend to head now that you're here?
What's our main goal again?
To find the bookseller that sold the books that turned into monsters to I think 3 or 4 people that had gone to the library, the Candlekeep library.
But I was thinking maybe before, because I think stuff's gonna hit the fan when we go in this bookstore. I was thinking we could sell what we have to sell, and maybe we could afford like a lesser health potion.
I like your thinking.
Yeah,
It might help. I've almost died like 3 times, so.
Oh,
I think we've almost
picked up
killed
an
you every
extra
time.
health spell pretty much just for you.
Thank
so
you.
don't worry.
You're too kind.
But yeah, I like the idea of kind of selling some stuff, regrouping, shopping for supplies, preparing for the journey before we enter into the cursed bookstore.
Because we
Yeah,
have
that's cool.
Radigan's like clothes, like his outfit and like whatever weapons and stuff he had. And then I have some stuff that didn't disappear when we left the mansion.
I had the goop.
It's cute.
You have a whole jar for it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that goop's gonna go for. Maybe a mage might want it.
I was gonna say I guarantee you this is good potion ingredients.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be.
Okay, so you set off
Simple.
into the market, and you're looking for a apothecary. That was the word I was going for. I knew I was going to get eventually. It did do a little bit of meandering, asking maybe for directions or two from one of the watch, and you find yourselves at a stall with the sign, "The Quedlingburg Quacks." And there are collections of potions. There's garlic hanging up in one corner. There's various different vials and globes. Yeah, you could. You still have those.
Okay.
And as you're standing there, a squirrel leaps up onto the counter and looks at you.
Hello.
And
I don't have nature, I don't think.
it calls back. Yes, did you need something?
Oh, wow. Yes. And not being prepared for a squirrel. I've totally forgotten what we need. We need a good place to sell some of our wonderful supplies. Or not supplies. Product.
Oh, you must have me confused. We make things here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Ooh.
Do you make beer?
You don't buy things to make stuff with?
Well, that entirely depends on what you have, and it kind of scrambles over towards you in front of you on the counter.
It says I have 50 gold worth of alchemical stuff from the room with the homunculi in it from the mansion.
That sounds about right.
Would this guy be in? Wait, do I lay it out? Squirrel, squirrel friend.
You can lay it down in front of him, and he'll kind of like sniff around it, and then kind of tip the jar a little bit as he gets up on his hind legs. Dabs a paw in it. A hint of ginger. Very rare. I don't understand that. It's overrated, if you really ask me. And then it kind of scampers along and over to a register. You know, yes, I think we can make this work. I think I can offer you. Well, you were looking to buy. What was it you wanted? Obviously, not a love potion, because you do not need that.
No, we're fine in that department. Although, how much would that? No, never mind. It's fine. We're looking for some type of healing, possibly potions.
Oh, you really get into the love.
Yes.
I don't understand
the type of
human
love
mating
to keep
rituals.
people alive.
Very complicated. Like, okay, I get the actual thing, but the whole dance around it, I do not get that. Bring a girl some nuts. She likes the nuts. Boom, you have kids.
Nuts, eyeballs, you know, and anything that they might, you know, fancy. Sweating.
That's
It's really the same concept. It's just between species, the nuts take on different possibilities. You know. Words. Never mind. Sometimes they're nuts. Sometimes they're diamonds. Sometimes they're eyeballs. It just depends.
I don't think it's that simple. I've watched a lot of humans.
Oh, well, humans like to overly complicate things because I think they get bored easily.
No.
Can't take them anywhere.
Can we sell our stuff now?
You can, but the DM is
you
stalling while he
think?
looks up a price list.
Yes.
Okay, squirrel, this is getting a little awkward.
There's a little bit of like Rob's just trying to find the thing in the
Like
in the rule book.
panicking, like, do I need to look up mating rituals? I don't
No.
I mean, what is
I-
happening?
I also have written down that Jansen got 2 health potions in that room. Found 2 health potions. Do you have that in your inventory? Or in your pouch, Jansen?
We're checking. We might need to add those in so we remember, or so we'll make a note.
I'm so glad you're
No.
notes, Molly.
I didn't even know I had a backpack. I guess my demons were like holding it for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually have a backpack in my backpack, so
Follow meta.
All right.
Backpack.
Are they
I
just
don't think so. I don't think so. I do not.
are
Okay.
they just regular health potions?
I just put health potions, so I assume
Healing
they're
potion. Yep.
just regular, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Good old stock healing potions.
So we already have 2. I'm thinking maybe just like 1 more, just to be safe.
Or 2
Depending on the
more,
price,
one for each
2
of us.
is never bad.
Yeah,
there
that
you
way
go.
we can each have one on our person. I think would be good.
Or we can keep
Agreed.
Ember alive 4 more times.
Probably.
It's important to have options.
Indeed. Indeed. And the key is, as pointed out in chat, we just have to slap like a beer label on the healing potion so we're sure Mir actually drinks it.
Yeah. You know, what would we call that beer? Oh. Let's call it Mir's
Beer is
magical
curative.
liqueur.
Yeah.
Something.
Beers,
Yeah, it is.
mirrors, beers.
Mir's beers. Oh, I love
We'll
it.
draw like little lightning bolts and like some like skulls on it so that she thinks it's cool. Or they
Yeah,
think it's
there
cool.
Crap.
Yeah.
I just
Works
picture
so well.
I just see a picture of Mir with her ood looking very annoyed as the logo of Mir's beers.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
So
Stop talking to me.
you do a little bit of negotiating here. The squirrel ultimately offers you. You said you wanted to buy 2 potions. So
Yes.
he looks over your offered reagents. It's, well, I have a lot of these already. And to get to, I don't think I can trade. Do you have more? Or some coin? Because I cannot in good faith do myself, or to be honest, squirrel kind, because I have a lot of children to feed, you see. Make this trade now. Could you, do you have something else you might add?
I've got these 6 clay figurines.
Oh, well, those are different. If I was the sort to enchant clay figurines, I'd find those very interesting.
I suspect you know people. Well, or other squirrels of a magical
but
intent.
you're asking me to take on the extra work of having to sell them. So obviously I can't accept them in full trade, but just, could you put it down, please?
Okay.
Thank you. And it kind of clambers around it and sniffs it and pokes and prod it and confirms it absolutely yes. Okay, I can make this deal. 2 potions, 2 figurines, plus the raw materials you have offered. I think we can call that a trade.
Fantastic.
Awesome. And then he reaches over and pulls down a small cord, which rings a gong above your heads. And a very tired looking, very old gentleman walks out from behind one of the side entrances to the stall, collects up your stuff, puts the potions down, makes some notes in a ledger, waves at you, looks at his squirrel, and then wanders back in the back.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, fine fellow.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
sir. Do you have a name?
Sir
come
works
across
very
a lot.
well. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Hansley.
Hans.
Honestly, next time I will make sure to bring like honey roasted nuts. How about that? We'll add that to the bargain next time.
Oh,
'cause-
actually, if you really want to bring me things that will please me, gold works just fine.
oh, well,
The universal language, I understand.
Mm-hmm. That way
So
I can...
you don't. Oh. Oh, you don't happen to know any sellers in the area that might be interested in some of the other? You sound like a sir who's been here a long time and is a good reference.
Well, there are there are a few that would be interested in accepting them as perhaps objets d'art. But as to some, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure who I'm going to sell this to, if it's any kind of a magical thing, which I can tell this kind of workmanship one intends it to be, although there are some flaws in it. However, as to like here in the wide, this isn't really the market tell for that. I mean, I mostly buy and trade in things like age potions, weight reduction potions, love potions. Oh gosh, the market for love potions right before close is absolutely insane. But as for like adventuring gear or enchantments of strength, they really don't sell very well to this particular market. This is a very high-end, big spender group.
What about like jeweled things? I have this jeweled letter opener that I would love to part with. Do you have anyone who sells?
Oh, well then what you want to do, if you're looking to sell that kind of a bauble, then I know just where to send you. If you go down this way, and then you hang a left at the drunk and a right at the little girl selling flowers. Unless she's not selling them anymore, in which case, look for footprints that are roughly little girl sized. That's where you turn right again. You can find your way down. Oh, what is the name of that? What is the name of it? It is, yes, Coppers to Crowns.
Oh,
it's a great little place you can set yourself up. And they buy and sell all kinds of trinkets. You'll be just fine there.
You don't happen to know where the Amber Dune books sellers are, do you?
Amber Dune books. I don't read much.
Oh, fair enough.
But I think yes. I remember recalling someone talking about having recently purchased a book from them because they have just opened their shop within the last couple of weeks. They're relatively new on the wide, and that's not that common. Many of us worked very hard to get. Do you know how hard it is to get a booth in this location when you're a squirrel?
You are doing very well. This is a lovely booth.
Do you think this was easy to get?
No, but I think that you are a squirrel that accepts a challenge.
No. No, I sell potions, so you can go accept the challenges. I'm over here making money.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I like you, Hansel. Just in case, the books at this place have been coming alive and attacking people. So just if you're ever in the market, maybe don't get a book from that place. You know, we're actually investigating. Yeah, we're investigating right now. So mum's the word. But we like you. We don't want you eaten by a book. You seem like a nice squirrel.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, but I think you can find them that way. Just good luck.
Right.
Good luck on your mission.
See you
Thank
later.
you, Hensley.
Hey.
Bye.
Charming creature.
Mm-hmm.
Real
And thank
cute.
you to the viewer who contributed him. If you go down the page, there's a place you can put an NPC. And last week somebody put in a sentient squirrel. I went, I don't know what I'm going to do. It was either this or he was a captain of the guard.
Also
so
good.
But both of them came up. I'm like, yes, we want to buy potions. Like, found a place to put the squirrel.
Thank you, chat.
This
That's
is perfect.
Wonderful.
That is
I love
awesome.
So, and if you ever anyone wants to add to that, if you just look down on the page below the viewer, you'll see the extension that you can go ahead and contribute your own NPC. And then I'll do my best over the course of either tonight or next time we meet to work them into the story. Because, again, I'm responsible for everyone that's not them. And that's a lot of people. You're going to sell off the letter opener, I presume? Turn it into some cash? Okay.
If I can. And then how do I add... I think we should all each have one health potion on us. So how do I add that to my inventory?
So if you're looking on D&D Beyond, if I recall correctly, and I sometimes do,
You can go to notes or equipment.
yeah, it's equipment, and then there's a button that says manage, which will then let you add stuff in. And just kind of be, make sure you watch what you're adding in. Oh,
Okay.
good. Thank you, Nox. I was getting nervous because I keep boosting my levels and I'm like pushing reds on a lot of them. I'm like, man, I don't know if I can make it much louder without blowing out somebody else's speakers. So.
Do we want an elixir of health
That's the only thing that pops up.
as a health
Potion of health.
Potion of
Potion of
Yeah.
healing.
Potion of
If you
healing.
go to the
Oh,
filter,
healing.
I have two
potion
of those, right?
I'm guessing
Yes.
just there's the normal one, right? Just the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be, there should be, I think, a mark. Let me double check here. I'm going to look at somebody else's equipment
There's,
page
like,
really fast.
Different ranks.
Yeah, there's greater, superior, and supreme. So I assume.
And then there's a
greater?
there's
Regular
a
one.
plain
There's
one
there's
as
a
well.
standard one. If you look, there's like one that's at the very top that's just not in colored font.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That's the one you want.
And it just kind of doesn't have a modifier. And it just says like normal, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
It should be 2D. It's 2D4 plus 2, I think, is what you get for it. If I recall correctly. I'm kind of poking around myself to make sure we can keep notes for that. Potion.
That's
healing.
weird. It's the normal one isn't showing up for me.
If you search for potion of healing.
Yeah, it's only showing me the greater, superior,
Oh,
and supreme.
tell you
I
what.
don't know why.
I'll do that. I'll do that. And then go ahead and refresh your page.
Oh, okay.
They
Thank
should
you.
appear in your inventory now. I actually used you to do that. While you're doing that, I'm going to check to see if that NPC form disappeared when I wasn't looking. Because that should be there too.
Perfect. Thank you.
While you guys put that in your bag. Because it was, I have the panel activated because someone used it. Come on. There we go. Now I can look. Sound alerts. Oh, it's not on there now. I will enable that. Oh, wait, it's on the, oh, it's right. It's on the main overlay. So yeah, it's on the top right. It's not down. It's actually here on the screen. I'll get the hang of all this someday. Okay. Speaking, on mobile, I have no idea how you get to it. I'm really sorry. Molly, by the way, you sold off that letter opener. You are able to get without any hassle unless you want to. It was what, 50 gold?
It didn't have a price on it. It was 50 gold of alchemical.
Okay,
This is just a
so-
jeweled gold letter opener.
You can get 15 gold for it.
All right.
Okay. Call it sold. They
And I
didn't,
sell my other 4 figurines.
you can add 10 gold probably.
Sure.
Done. They're in good shape.
That was 10 gold total, right? Not like each.
Right. They weren't that good.
You're right.
Are we selling the
10 gold.
goop?
Oh yeah. Jansen, are we selling goop?
Not yet.
And what about Rat Boy's armor? Do you think we could find a place to sell that?
Rat Boy.
Oh, fun.
Rat Boy's armor. It's used. It's leather armor that somebody died while wearing.
Yeah, but I like spit on it and kind of cleaned it
That
off.
means that it is antique.
That means that it doesn't work.
Well,
No,
not
we
that time.
get rid of the bloody stuff, just like the armor bits, not like a bloody shirt, but like
Price list. Hang on, let me double check the price of it. It'll probably it won't sell for a ton. I want to say it's like 10 gold.
okay.
So you could probably get 2 for it in its current state.
And he had a hand crossbow and a short sword that I thought we'd sell too.
3 for the lot.
3 for like the armor and everything.
Yep.
Assuming the short sword is better than like any of ours, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was just a common short sword.
Okay.
So you've made yourselves. What would you like to do next? As you've cashed in.
think we need any supplies, do we?
No, I think I'm good.
I got plenty, I believe.
Should we go find a bookseller?
Sure.
Let's see if we can't track down this Amber Dune books.
I think Ember Dune would have been a better name.
Yes, but you wouldn't have sold books that turned into monsters. So you would have sold books covered in beautiful things and sparkly.
That's true. Or sticky books so that their hands would get stuck and I could pick their pockets easier.
I love it.
Okay, so you make your way over to Amber Dune Books, and from a distance, you have an opportunity to kind of judge the stall as it operates. There's a collection of racks of books in various cabinets behind the counter. It's more or less a market stall, so it's not a full store or anything. It's got the wood front, and it's got the canopy of cloth. And you can see where each of the cabinets with the books can be closed and locked if it can't be transported. And you can make out, as you look it over, there's a series of ruts where there's a wagon parked behind it. There are two people currently working it. One of them is a younger woman, probably put her around 19. She has long red hair that's in a pair of braids down the sides, down her back. And an older man with spectacles, taking a chance to look over the... he's kind of skimming one of the books from the collection while he waits. If you wait long enough, a customer will eventually come up and engage them. And they make a good sales pitch, and they discuss a few things. A few books are offered. Eventually, the gentleman passes over some coins and takes his book and heads off. Now, the book in particular, it looked like he probably moved a fairly heavy sack when he bought the book.
He moved a heavy sack?
He handed over a pretty solid. Okay. It wasn't like 2 or 3 gold. It was a few. And they popped it up and counted it out very quickly and then sent him on his way. How long do you intend to case the place? We are now getting close. We're getting.
I defer to Ember's expertise on this one. I feel like if anyone's got experience casing joints, it's probably
that would
Ember.
be. Yeah,
that's true. Do I, with my somewhat criminal background, do I get a hint of seediness between either of the purveyors here?
So far I would. Well, you know what? Let's let the dice tell us a little bit about that. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with? Let me look at your character sheet. This strikes me as a. Well, you tell me, which skill check do you think is appropriate for this moment?
Can it be investigation?
It can totally be investigation.
Okay, that's my best one.
Okay.
Don't mess with me, dice. Don't you do it. Oh. I mean, not the worst.
And
we got 13.
Okay, that's good.
13. Not bad.
I feel like is it
Yes.
worth a reroll for this one? Because I feel like we're getting a lot of important foundational information, but I also don't want to waste the reroll if we're not really going to be able to glean much just from casing the place.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
A 13 is a normal challenge. A 15 or better would be a significant kind of thing. So it's you'd probably be able to learn a little bit more if you break 15. So you guys can decide that.
I mean, I'm all right with saving them for combat. I feel like
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with a 13.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely it looks on the level. They're absolutely selling a book, and a guy bought a book, and they made a big they look kind of excited. It doesn't seem like they move a lot of merchandise.
Okay.
They were definitely excited by that. As you stand around kind of debating how much longer you're going to be selling a book, another customer comes up, and this is a gentleman with a small entourage. He's accompanied by at least one person that clearly is the bodyguard, as well as a woman probably a third his age. I mean, still legal, but...
Can I just pretend to be perusing a book, but watching?
Oh, you like your own book or one of their books?
No, like I pick a book out of like, it's a bookstore, right? So like if I just pick a book out and like pretend to kind of be like, oh, this might be interesting.
Now, to get a book to read from their stall, you'll have to go inquire. They are behind the counter.
Oh, okay.
No, you're welcome
Never
to
mind.
do that.
I kind of just want to like watch, but not be like...
Watch from across the street.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's, you can totally do that. The two begin to dote on him, and he's you can see that they're making like very pointed moves with books. They take out one, they offer it to him, and he waves it away, and then they make another suggestion, and then the older gentleman cocks his wide grin, and he puts his hand up, and he goes and he takes a key out, and he unlocks one of the cabinets, and he pulls out this gold inlaid leather bound book and sets it in front of him, and he presents the book. And you can see from across the road that he's animated, and he's opening it up, and he's showing the page, and he flips and shows the binding. And the man seems to be taken with this as he's brought into the story. And he leans in, and the girl shows up with some parchment that the man begins to peruse, and he looks it over and thinks, okay. And he's nodding along as she's explaining the parchment, and they tuck the parchment inside the front of the book, and they close it up, and he reaches into his pouch, and he takes out, he kind of looks through it a little bit.
Before he pays,
Yeah,
can I walk up?
absolutely you can walk up. Who's
I'm
walking
gonna-
up with you?
I am gonna go with her. And
So while all this is happening, I'm kind of curious what the other two are up to.
I'm ignoring the people. Like, this is just... There was a lot of talking with the squirrel. And I'm kind of just like... I'll sit back a little bit and just kind of...
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking to my demons
We're just like...
with my back to the people.
So you're sort of like facing like the side of a stall while you talk to your demons?
Yeah, literally. I'm just like facing the wall, but I'm like talking to my demons.
Ember, I think I'm gonna, as we go in, I'll keep up kind of a one-sided conversation if I'm telling you about stuff, and then you can concentrate on listening to them.
Sure, but I definitely think the main, like, and we're whispering this before we get
Right,
up, but
as
the
we're
main
going.
the main thing should be to interrupt that person from buying this book, because I have a feeling
that.
that's a person being eaten by something book. So
Another monster one. I was kind of thinking the same thing.
hmm
Okay, well I can go up and disrupt that. I may have a problem with words today.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you saunter on up as he's putting the coins down, and he's beginning to like figure out how he's going to transport this book.
I'm just gonna like slam my hands down and go, say, that's a fancy book.
And they all they jump a little bit like, oh, hey, that's a thing. Okay. And the gentleman who's selling kind of glances at you. It's like, oh, can I help you, miss? Were you here for a book? I assure you, we will help you find the book you need in just a moment.
See, she's really good at finding books that people need, and I think I might need that book. And you know, there's this crazy rumor going around that books that look just like this one are eating people. Isn't that fun?
And both of them jump back with this. Excuse me?
Just a rumor. I'm into it. Anyway, how much does a book like this go for?
Well, let's back up. Are you accusing us of something?
No, I'm saying I heard a rumor, and I'm into it, so that's why I'm here.
I don't appreciate your tone, young lady. That is
What
a
do you mean?
serious accusation.
I didn't say it was your store, your book. I said there's a rumor going around that books that look like that book are eating people.
Well, there's a rumor going around that people who spread false rumors find themselves in the stocks.
Well, then you better find that person spreading that rumor.
I would love to see you roll some dice to see how much you're digging yourself into a hole.
Sure.
Can I just loom over her? Well,
Yeah, can I start to like I'm gonna start to approach just sort of like casually, but if the intimidation is needed, nobody messes with Ember on my watch.
Also, is the face of the person who is buying the book, are they apprehensive? Because that's really my only goal.
He looks a little bit more taken aback that, like, between the... Well, let's see how you rolled.
Okay, wait, which role am I doing?
You tell me. What are you doing?
Performance? Persuasion?
Oh, not performance.
If you say
Persuasion's better.
So what are you persuading them to believe?
That I heard a rumor about a book. That's it. I mean, it's true, so...
So you're
Well, I was
persuading...
thinking if your roll goes poorly, I'm more than happy to lean forward and go, yeah, not a rumor.
Okay. Yeah, go persuasion. Let's see what happens. The die hits the table with a
15 plus 3, so 18.
18. Nice. Well done. Well done. The gentleman kind of takes a step back. He's like, wait a minute. Is there any veracity to these rumors? Tell me more about this young lady.
Well, we were just, having a good time in a library, as one does. And actually, my friend here is a librarian and would be able to inform you all about it. But, we were having fun in the library, just having a good time. And these books that looks, it's uncanny, just like that one, sprung to life and devoured people in the library, especially the person reading the book. It's crazy.
And you believe that the books were bought here?
I mean, I wouldn't go for it.
I don't know.
I thought you were going to say something.
I was going to. I'm like, the Wide was a place they mentioned having bought the books. You were one of the booksellers here, so we, being the premier bookseller that you appear to be, we thought this is the first place to check.
Well, that's I can't take that kind of risk. This is incredibly serious. I may have to reconsider this purchase. And the gentleman selling the books, immediately he looks down at his assistant, and she just bolts out the side of the
Follow her.
stall.
Can we? Is she close enough to tackle?
Sure.
Can I try?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, knowing my luck with rolls, I'm gonna like walk into a wall. But
No. You're gonna blindside a 17-year-old as she goes running down the road. That's you definitely
Nothing bad's gonna happen there.
Definitely have some
Sweep
advantage
her
on
legs,
this.
Mir! Sweep her legs!
Is this an acrobatics?
Oh, just make an attack roll.
Oh, I don't want to attack the poor thing. I just want to sort of like
How else would you describe trying to tackle her?
a trip, a delicate trip, a gentle tackle.
Hit her with the loot!
Sweep her off her feet. Just
Can you do an acrobatics and make it look like you fell into her?
firefighter.
Oh, I like that.
Tangled your legs or something?
Oh yeah, like a gentle knock to the ground, just to...
Yeah, can I pretend to trip and fall into her?
Sure. Okay, so now you roll. Okay, yeah. Roll me that acrobatics check first.
Yes. Come on, Tess. Okay, whatever. You know what?
Okay.
Just
No,
can
that's
somebody else roll the dice.
no.
for me?
That's fine. 10 is good enough.
You got this.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All right.
fall. Now you get to roll the unarmed attack.
I don't want to attack her.
You're attacking her. That's what this is.
Could it maybe
Think
be
of it
like
as
a
melee.
grapple?
But like, I don't want to do damage.
Oh,
It's
don't
kind of
worry.
like, yeah, it's like more of a grapple
Yeah.
or like a pin.
This is literally what the mechanic is for, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This is the mechanic.
So
Jen?
I need to roll unarmed strike?
Yeah, yep. Now, is that gentle assault or gentile assault? Because I think both would make interesting band names. I'm just going to put that out there. As the
16.
oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, you totally, you fall, you trip, you stumble to a knee, and you lay right, you're picking yourself up just perfectly. So she, while she's looking over her shoulder, just goes face first, bam, over you, and slides in the dirt for a short distance. And it's clear as day that she is down. And I don't know how you want to say it, but as she hits, she makes some noise, and everybody turns and looks.
Ooh, that's
And
gonna leave a mark.
The bookseller leans out from the stall and looks down the road, the pathway towards where you and the girl are, and he looks at the noble and says, "You saw that, didn't you? She assaulted my assistant. That
I
thing."
believe I
Can
saw
I
her
perform?
trip.
Can I perform for a sec?
Sure. What are you trying to perform?
Okay, so can I try to be can I try to how am I gonna play this? Hold on. Can I try to being really, really woozy or not drunk? Well, actually, let's just go with. Are there drunk tanks in this world?
Sure.
Should probably ask that. There are.
If it helps you, they pretty much have a default. You either get put in jail, or you get run out of town, or you get executed. There's really 3 punishments available.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Remember-
let's maybe not go with something that's illegal.
There is a drunk tank.
Can I just pretend that I don't want to be put in the drunk tank. All right, I'm trying to figure out let me think. So, okay, I know.
Okay.
Can I perform or persuade, depending on which I would prefer persuade, but if you make me do performance, I can do that.
Okay.
And convince my surrounding people who think that I have hurt this poor lady, be like, I am, are you okay? Didn't you see that stone that was thrown at you? I'm so glad that it missed you. It narrowly missed your head. Are you all right? I'm sorry for tackling you so harshly, but it would have severely hurt you if it hit.
Okay. Roll your persuasion. And let's see what happens.
Come on, dice. Can I re-roll my persuasion?
You
I
can,
think that's worth a
that's
reroll.
worth a
I think
reroll.
that's worth a reroll for me.
Come on, dice. Stop hating me, please, dice. Please.
yeah, they save all their good rolls for when show has to break
I give
something.
up.
Hey, it got worse.
That's true. Oh, wow.
Oh no.
What?
All right.
While this is happening, I just want to reach over to the noble and look at just take the book and look at it. And
Oh, re-roll.
Okay, re-roll it.
2 re-rolls. I love you,
Yay!
chat. Okay, all right. Chat, give me 2. All right, come on. Got even worse.
it went to 11. That was better,
Well,
right?
okay.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Oh, my rewards
It
queue
was-
isn't showing up. Let me
okay.
refresh this and see if I can see things. Man, a lot just
You hate me
happened.
so much.
And I want to make sure I'm tracking all of it. Oh, an 11.
This is my number 1 talent. I'll have you for. I have a plus 4.
Oh, oh my
Okay.
goodness.
This is the thing I'm supposed. This and intimidation are the 2 things I'm supposed to be good at.
Well, you've
You
got
should have intimidated her
you've
to
got
stay on the ground.
one more.
All right,
If
one
my
more
ears
time.
are right, you should have one more that you can burn on this moment.
I literally got worse. I got a 3. All right, I give up.
Okay.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
I rolled
Maybe
a
11 was
5,
enough?
4, 3.
For what you're trying to pull off, no. There's a lot
I love you, chat.
of
Chat really wants us to work.
Spinny is like, no, this is not.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna refresh the D&D Beyond page. I don't even know if that's how this
If
works,
that will
but
help.
it hates me.
I'm gonna change what.
Nope.
I'm gonna stalk out there and pick up Mirror by like essentially the back of her clothes or whatever. You owe that lady an apology. I'm gonna pick up the lady by her clothes. You need to just play it off.
I'm just gonna put like a
rude.
hand on the book and slide it next to me. Not taking it, just moving it away from the other person.
Okay. Show needs to roll something here.
Yep.
This sounds like an intimidation.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Put it on the table.
All right. Oh, it was almost so good. And yet, that was an 8.
That was an 8.
Pretty sure.
To the Book of Fate, perhaps, for your first delving into it?
Yes.
Sure,
it's
if
worth
everybody's
it.
good with that, let's do it.
Now,
Well, that was better.
Benny coming in.
Space got another one.
Do it again?
Do it one more so we can do even better.
Okay.
Since that's the points have been spent. The downside.
Oh, it has been. Yes.
Nice.
18.
Turning
Right?
it into a sound alert, I can't refund them, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But at least I don't miss them.
Sure.
I hear when they happen. So there's a good thing on that front.
Stalk
There we
out
go.
there and make it look really good. And, are you okay? I'm so sorry about that. I can't believe you had to put up with that. But what made you run? You were moving so quickly. It was.
And
Trip
she
was bound to
dusts
happen.
herself off
For
and,
the love of
she
God, don't let go of her.
looks
No.
pointedly
I'll like kind of
at Mirror like, you heard her.
I'm gonna look at Mirror and go, I believe she's waiting for an apology. She's gonna wink at Mirror.
Sorry.
Pretty good apology if you ask me.
I'm just gonna look at. Okay, have you ever met a water genasi before? That's good.
Fine. Can I go?
I'd kind of like to know why you ran.
I'm trying to get the guards because you and your
Why?
friend are making wild accusations that well, frankly, make me wonder what your intentions are.
I'd like to do another intimidation. They're not wild accusations. This is where those books were coming from.
Don't need to
We
roll
were
that one.
trying to be nice.
Don't need to roll for that. She actually kind of begins to kind of pull back a little bit as you kind of lean in on her, and you can tell she's like, okay, yeah, okay.
And I'm gonna back up a little bit. I'm still holding on to her, but I'll take a little of the intimidation out.
She'll wiggle a bit away from like trying to get out of your grasp.
Perhaps you can help us understand.
You can
so
let
that
go.
we can clear your good name.
You can let go or I'll scream.
Are you gonna run?
I think if anyone's doing illegal stuff here, it isn't us.
Yeah, I think the guard
You
would
don't run?
love to contact my best friend Connie at Candlekeep and let her know that you sold books that almost killed her librarians. And I think that the guards at Boulder Gate would be very interested to know that the bookseller who's been here for, at my estimate, roughly less than 2 weeks is causing so much trouble. Because when we talked to him, he said the number one thing that'll get you kicked into the jail cell here is causing trouble. Isn't that funny?
She takes a moment to process this, and the gentleman who's working the booth is like leaning out listening. The noble has scooped up his gold, and he's kind of torn between trying to keep the noble from walking off and watching this unfold with his assistant. And as more of these accusations come out, you can see he's getting more and more agitated at them.
I bet
At
in
us?
the back of your stall you have tea. Let's go sit down and see if we can help figure this out. And I'm
Because
just
I
gonna
can cause a bigger scene, or we could
push
have
her back
chat.
into the store.
Okay.
Encourage her to go back. No, I'm gonna push her back in the store.
He goes
And I'm
back.
gonna look at the nobleman and go, that's really not the book you're looking for. That one over there is the book you're looking for.
And he kind of looks up at it, and the shopkeep takes it down and offers it to him, and he, oh, and he quickly hands over a smaller bag of gold and wanders
I
off.
told you, she's real good.
Show should charge a finder's fee.
The bookseller
I know,
counts out the money and
pocket
puts it,
this.
locks it in the little lockbox. Yes, I think you're not wrong. I think perhaps a conversation with the owner of the stall would be in order.
And who would the owner be?
Well, why don't we plan to meet here after close, if you'll let me perhaps make any more sales today, or am I locking up at your request?
It's up to you. We can talk right now, and you don't sell any monster books or books that look like they're going to be. Because
We could
I have no
also-
way
we
to
could-
guarantee that you're going to show up after the bookstore closes.
Plus, I don't want this book going anywhere. And my arms are like on it, and I'm just over the stall.
Can we do an investigation of the book? Does anybody have... There's got to be magic or something if
I'm
it
not
changes into a
rolling
monster.
anything.
Yeah, can I investigate if the book does look similar to the other books that came to we fought these books? Is there like goo coming out of
No,
it? I
it's
don't
a
know.
perfectly normal, everyday. You can look at. Even comes with a certificate of authenticity.
Okay.
What?
Yes, there's like as you open it up, there's like a series of parchments that lay out the history of the book, when it was written, how long it's been in ownership. It traces where it was the scribe who wrote, the original author, the scribe who created the book, the scribe who created that copy of the book, the bookbinder. I mean, it's like the whole history of the production of the book in incredibly
look-
good detail.
Is this normal? Like, has show ever come across this before where this is a thing you get with books? Usually it's antiquities and art, not so much with books. But it could be. I don't
It is uncommon. This is not a practice you've seen before. This would be unusual.
know. Investigation is... Or doing...
You can ask him about it.
Yeah, I
They're
want to
standing
ask
right
him about
there.
it and do an insight.
Sure.
This is a very unusual thing you've got going. I've never in my time working with books come across its history
Well,
in this particular styling.
these incredibly rare books, it helps to help provide a story for a customer to appreciate.
I want to do an insight check on him too. Just want to see if this makes sense. Believe him, or if this is just a way to make it look like it's worth more money.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's okay. I have a -1, so this is not going to go well. No, I believe that is a 5. That sounds good.
We're going to take 1 second here while I interpret that roll, and we're dealing with a quick little technical
As
issue.
a player question, there wasn't anything about the books that did turn into monsters that was similar, except for rarity, right?
Oh, roll it again.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so it's not on my end, by the way, because I just muted myself on the Zoom call. So we'll see if we can track it down eventually.
That is exactly the
Exactly
same
the
roll.
same roll.
Stopped. It just stopped. I don't know if it. Oh, no, it's back. Never mind.
Okay.
Ignore me. It's fine.
Okay, we'll find it. The dice are broken. So yeah, it's still 5.
Not meant to be.
Yeah. Nope, totally legit.
Yeah, okay, it's just rare. All right, cool.
Totally legit. This is absolutely like the kind of thing you would do. And in full honesty, roll it
Spinny
again.
says re-roll.
Oh, you guys
Can we
are
just
awesome.
Spinny is like MVP this
Yeah.
entire
He's like-
episode.
9.
Number squad number. Oh my God. What is up with these dice?
Well, I do have a -1 to my insight, so that probably isn't what I should have wanted to roll. This is not my strength.
No, but it is. They're being mostly honest. This is okay. Spinny, last one, please, for a while. I can't. I don't know if I can put a cooldown on these. We have to get the game going at some point.
Oh, it's not meant to be. It was a 5.
Yeah, the dice have spoken.
Yeah. So
I do love the try, though. That was awesome.
But there
Thank
is
you.
something delightfully honest in the fact that he'll even admit, yeah, this is because people like this and they're willing to pay more for it.
I can
Can we bank some of the rerolls, maybe? If you as the DM at your discretion say, look, like this isn't important, maybe we can like instead just add them to the Book of Fate.
Yes, but I'm actually doing this here too, just to kind of help facilitate gameplay. I'm gonna put a cooldown timer on the reroll.
No, but I need help somehow.
We're gonna bank it from Mir. We're just gonna bank it from Mir.
There's two ways people can help out. There's
I thought Jansen's supposed to be the one that's like cursed and like haunted. I mean, come on.
Well, you if it helps any, you are sitting on 300 bits of fate from last time, plus another 800 that's already been donated tonight. So you've got a lot of like we choose to. I'm just rolling down how often they can use their channel points to help you out. Because that one comes with the sound alert, because I sometimes miss those. So, and I'll spend some time this week kind of going through the system to see as we continue to evolve. This is our, fourth session together? So yeah. I'm still working out some of the kinks on the stream. That being said, he's totally legit. He's on board with the, he'll admit, yeah, this is because people want to pay for this. That it'll easily adds 100 gold to the value of a book to have a story tied to it.
Do you remember selling a couple of books? If I give you titles, can you tell me if you sold them?
That's not really my place to talk about.
All right. When do you close?
It's not your place to talk about.
That sounds like something that you should talk about with the owner.
Okay, all right. Just clarifying.
So I think we're going to have to wait until... When does the owner show up?
We usually close up and take the box home back to where we live at closing time. You can come with us if you'd like.
I think would.
Yeah. Do you have beer?
Absolutely. And
What's
I'm
the
sure
name?
she would be happy to talk to you at her leisure at her office.
Is there a reason we
Can
can't
you
head to
tell
her
us
office?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One more time. One of you, please.
Who's the owner? Is there a reason you can't just tell us how to get to her office and we go now?
Well, I suppose we could give you directions, but I'm not exactly sure that she's expecting a sit-down talk in the middle of the day.
No one's ever really expecting me anyway, so...
All right, we can wait. Now I'm just going to go lean against a bookshelf.
And wait.
And wait.
What's the
Look at
name of the
books.
book I'm leaning on?
Its
Yeah.
title is... That's a good question.
Oh, also, can anybody but me just see if there's like magic or anything around that book?
I don't
what
have like detect magic.
do you
or
want to cast
anything.
detect magic?
I don't have that.
It
Yet.
is Frederick's Furious Hunts, a guide to urban warfare.
This feels very similar.
Does it?
I like it's rhymey. I don't know. How much can I just ask him, like, how much were you gonna sell this for?
250.
So here's the thing. I can post up here and tell everybody all day the same thing I just did, or you could sell me this book for a lot cheaper.
Oh, I think we can talk this evening.
Okay, then we'll just stay here and make sure no one buys this book.
Yeah, we can totally wait till this evening. And they actually kind of start to pack up the shop. They start to close down some things. They move some of the crates back into the wagon. They kind of have a sense that they're probably not going to sell anything with the three of you standing there and the one person talking to the wall nearby.
My demons are telling me all sorts of stuff, dude.
Like, out of curiosity, what is the conversation du jour with the demons?
Well, they're telling me like that there's some pretty underhanded stuff going on around here.
You mean like people who are trying to undermine an otherwise perfectly honest bookseller?
Yeah. No, they're telling me that there's lots of magic stuff around here and they want me to go play with it.
Okay. That's fair. Fair enough. The evening comes relatively quickly. People start to clear out of the wide. You can see the various nobles heading back up into the upper parts of the city. The guards start to make a round to make sure everything is moving securely and smoothly. This is usually when there's the most petty crime and pickpocketing and the confusion of packing up the stalls. And eventually they lock up the last of the cabinets. The good books are loaded into the cart, which the older man pulls out from behind, and he's set to pull along while the younger woman walks next to him. And if you're more than welcome to follow us if you'd like. Do you mind at all if Marlisa runs ahead to let our boss know you're coming? Try again, Tiffany.
Maybe one of us should go with her?
Yes.
I'd feel better if one of us went with her.
I'd be happy to go with her unless somebody wants
It
to.
hardly becomes relevant to give Corvala a heads up that she's to have company tonight if the company arrives with the message.
Well, not all of us. Just one.
And they'll stay outside.
Fair enough.
Nothing wrong ever happened when you split the party up.
That's
Nope.
true. Hey,
So
we
which
got
one of
four.
us?
We got 4 adventures before we split the party.
Yep.
I think Jensen the monk should go.
He's so not happy.
Oh yeah, Jensen, do you
Who?
want you and your
Me?
demons want to intimidate as you go?
I think we better
out?
split up.
Good idea.
Yeah, we can do more
But
damage.
I
that
don't
way.
think. Wait, why do we need to intimidate her though?
I mean, just
We
as an
don't, I just didn't
intimidating
want to give him a lot of
presence,
notice.
You know.
So who is
My
going
demon
with
said she's cool.
with Marlisa?
I can go. It's fine. I've intimidated her before I offered. I'll go.
Okay. And she takes off at a light jog, and starts heading down into the out of the main part of the city. In particular, she's heading to a neighborhood referred to as Blackgate. And you can tell once you've entered into it, because you're entering into a part that is beyond the city walls themselves. So you quickly pass from nice, well-built, well-maintained plaster housing, wood frames, shingled roofs. You pass out the wall, and now you're surrounded in huts, tents, patchwork canopies put together that people are staying under. There's a strong smell of stabled horses and other beasts of burden as you kind of make your way along what passes for a road.
Okay.
As you're going, so Cho takes off with a light jog behind the girl, who takes off at a slightly faster jog, but she's like 2/3 of Cho's size, so strides are longer for Cho. Are the remaining 3 going to engage the bookseller in any kind of conversation as he pulls the cart along?
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, how long you been working for Corvala? How long have you been working at Amber? Which, by the way, I really think you should update the name to Ember June, but I'll bring that up with Corvala.
Well, we've been together quite some time. We've just started into the book selling business within the last month.
Oh, what were you selling before books?
Well, a variety of things. We came into a small stock that we've been collecting and thought perhaps it was time to move into more of a formal sales position. And yourselves, where do you hail from?
I mean, I'm from all over. Fire Ganassi aren't really native to this area, but we've traveled quite a bit, and just like yourself, we have an employer breathing down our necks too. And we're I mean, no offense to a working class person like yourself, we just get stuck with all sorts of people who want to cause us trouble too. So sometimes it's better to, muscle your way in, and that one who just jogged off, she's a lot of muscle. So, yeah, I just, you seem like a smart, reasonable man, and just kind of want to, chat more openly with you about what you guys were up to when you said you came across these books recently?
Well, we've been collecting them for some time. So it seemed prudent to perhaps move into a book trading business, I think is what Corvala would describe it as.
Sure. So you mean people trade books for your books?
Well, for a time, that's what we were doing, and so there was a little bit of back and forth. But, as things can be. But again, I think you'll find Corvala more answering questions. Now, you do seem like quite the sort one would hire to deal with a bit of a need. And he turns to Mir. And your part in this, you're perhaps another hired blade? He kind of eyes your stuff as he pulls the cart along.
I'm here for entertainment. So like, when your act fails and perhaps steel is drawn, you kind of hang to the back then, safely. I entertain people.
And he glances over at Jansen. And you look like one who knows their way through a fight.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, are you formally trained?
Yeah, what about it?
Really? I presume in the bow and the sword, or?
Yeah, what about it?
So would you consider yourself the kind of the muscle of the group, even more than your other friend that took off?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, just making conversation. Just understanding you all.
And what about you? It's the three of you, or are there more we're going to meet at Corvala's?
Oh, well, there's a couple of us.
Okay, can I insight check if that was like a insidious, like a evil, like, are they gonna jump us when we get there?
They are totally shaking it. Like this is just like,
yeah.
Hey,
are we walking
where's
in
all
to
your
get jumped?
skills?
Yeah,
we are. Like, we should start. I don't know, stretching.
I just want to insight check if he seems like, because he's an old man, right?
He's looking like he's probably, well, I don't know. I mean, he's probably in his mid-50s. Do you consider that old?
No.
Oh,
not
you are
really.
so sweet. You have inspiration. No, he's probably, I'd give probably like 50 or so, 50, 60 maybe at the out.
I mean, I guess in the time period it would be old.
Now, this is a time period where if you have enough cash, they can resurrect you.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, Dungeons and Dragons has better healthcare than modern America. Just saying. Of course, a lot of places do. Anyway, no, but he's decent shape. He's keeping up with with pulling the cart along.
Can I insight check if I think, like, when he said there's a few people there, did it seem like...
Sure, what the heck? Let the dice hit the table and see what happens.
I have a feeling it's not going to be good. I have a +0 for insight, but...
50-50, a break in 10.
A 19.
See, that's where all the good rolls were hiding. He is totally lying about how many people there are. There's more than just a couple.
Okay, I just want to, like... are Jansen and Mur walking behind me?
Sure.
Okay, I just want to like smile to him and then turn around and be like a wide eyes, like, "Whoa, this," and then I'm just gonna turn around and be like, cool. So, what? You guys started up shop like a month ago, right?
Well, give or take, yes.
And oh, go ahead.
Nope,
Sorry,
no,
sir.
say
Go
what you're
for
gonna
it.
say. Rob was gonna speak. Go for it.
So you found some books. Do you think maybe I could ask where you found them?
Well, that's a bit of a thing. I mean, we've always been collecting books. That's just a thing.
Why books?
Why not books?
They're big and heavy and kind of cumbersome to carry around.
Ah, but they carry such potential.
They smell good.
And he gestures at the monk. Exactly. Meanwhile, across town, Show is led to a small hovel that is one of the few permanent structures in this area. It's nestled between a couple of tent houses, one of which you can see people coming and going as there's something being sold within it, and no one talks about what it is. And the girl doesn't even really like bat an eyelash. She just kind of like heads up. So this is our place. You're gonna wait out here, I guess?
Or not.
You want to wait inside?
No. I'd like to accompany you to your boss.
This okay.
I know.
I guess.
You've tried to run away from me once. It doesn't build trust.
You and your friend. I wasn't.
I really don't mean you harm. I know that's hard to believe right now. We are just trying to solve a problem.
Well, you did. I think I was fully in my rights to try to get the guards.
I don't see why. We came to you with questions. And rumor that we heard.
Fine. And she throws open the door and gestures for you to come in.
After
you. She leads you into a room, and it's a collection of chairs. It's basically a sitting room. There's 7 chairs around in kind of a circle. There's a couple of tables with some plates and some mugs. There's a tatted, faded rug on the floor. And she kind of looks around and says, can you wait here, or do I need my escort throughout my home?
Need or consider it a bonus.
Fine. She crosses the room to the doors. I'll call for here from here. And then she turns to you and locks eyes with you. And you are going to roll I think it's a wisdom save.
Okay. Is it charmed?
It is a charm.
I have an advantage against being charmed.
Okay. So
I also have a -1 wisdom, so let's see how this goes. Ooh, a 12.
A 12.
Could be much worse.
It could be.
It's an 11.
Well, advantage, you keep the 12 when you have advantage.
I keep the 12, yes.
And she seems taken aback when nothing successfully happens. And she considers that for another moment before you see her growl and say something in a language you don't recognize. At which the rug you are standing on leaps up around you. It's going
Here I thought the chairs were going to be a problem.
No. No, it's better than that. It's the rug. So, let's see here. I'm going to need it to find this on over here. I think, did I actually leave this out? I left it out because I am not a smart person.
Well, you might not have thought we'd split the party and walked into the trap. Insistingly.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah, actually, this is going to take me and Tiffany a minute or two to sort out. So if the rest of you want to take a short break, you can totally do that. And then when Tiff and I are done with this, we'll take a general overall break and meet back on the back end of it. So that seems really reasonable. So we're going to excuse out Jesse. So there we go. And then we're going to do this. And then we'll take a break as soon as this has been resolved, because I find my sheet in the book here. Absolutely, we always do that. I got my players' backs. Yeah, I was not prepared for this, so I'm just going to quickly put that down. This, and it's funny. This was like our topic on there it goes, on Happy Hour at the Old Timer Tavern. We were talking about what happens when the PCs surprise you.
Well, attacking them with something's always a good response.
Yeah.
Plus, it buys you time, weirdly.
Yeah.
Figure out what you're doing next.
Okay. So it's going to make its attack roll. I just have to kind of see how it does here. We're not going to roll initiative at this point.
Okay.
Because it's just you and it, and you are obviously surprised.
Yes. I'm pretty sure it got first hit there.
Wah. Okay.
Oh, that's not good. That's not a good sound from the DM.
No. I wish I could share this particular screen. I would love for you to give me a attempt to escape.
Okay.
I will need you to make a strength check.
Okay. Oop, I just got off the right screen. Okay.
And based on that roll, I need it to be, you're going to be making it at disadvantage.
Oh, I rolled a 24.
Well, roll again.
Yep. I rolled an 11. That's a +5 strength, too. So that was really bad. Oh, it was 19 the first one.
So, as we come to our first break, the rug literally... Okay, that's on a 6-minute timer. So, dirty pool man to pop that right before a break.
Uh-oh.
Because that just means, like, it'll be off the... Okay, so roll that D20 2 more times.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was a 23.
And...
19.
Okay.
So I do not get grappled by the rug. I get to break the grapple with the rug.
Fight your way out of it. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up when we get back, cutscene a little bit later.
Okay.
So we're going to pop that break. We are going to have a short conversation during the break about how resolving this off camera. And then we'll bring the party back together. We'll see everybody back here in about, say, 4 minutes. Get some water if you can. We'll see you back then. we're bringing it all back as we come back from commercial, as it were. Which, that happens in the when you don't pay the extra $5 for Hulu, you get to those cliffhangers, and then you're watching ads for a car you really cannot afford, and you're not even sure why you're getting them because Hulu has your data and they know you can't afford it. It's like Hulu is mocking you. Or is that just me? Okay. Anyway,
I
you
make
come back.
commercials for dogs, so Hulu really does know me.
We come back from the commercial as the wagon is pulled up in front of one of the few permanent structures in this section of the city, which isn't even technically in the city. It's outside the Black Gate, where everything is a little less good and nice and pretty. Let's see. There it is. The gentleman crosses as he pulls the cart up and pulls the larger crate out of the back with the good books in it. The rest of you all have an opportunity. He's going to let himself into the house. Is anyone going to go in first, intervene to stop him?
He has the good books? Like
the ones that were locked up that he brought back, that he didn't leave at the stall.
Can I send my demons to scare him back away from the door?
You can ask the demons to help you.
I want to do that.
Okay.
Describe so he's going into the front here with these books.
Mm-hmm.
Is there kind of a way around back? Should one of us maybe sort of go off to see if there's a side entrance? Or is this kind of more just I'm trying to situate us a little bit.
The building is about, I can actually give you dimensions on it. It's not a very big hovel. I mean, it's a relatively small building, and it's one of the few that sticks out in this part of town as an actual building. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's only about 80 feet wide. So it is not a big space that it takes up. And it's flanked on either side by tents and huts and makeshift lean-tos. If one of you wants to pair off to go explore around the edges of it, we can further split the party.
No, I don't want to make your life more difficult.
Oh, no, my life... Hey, you guys splitting up into smaller groups, which cannot bring all of your weapons to bear at the same time against a target, does not make my life any harder. It actually makes mine a lot easier.
Ember is already very skeptical of this man because of my insight check. Is it possible for me to stealthily walk up behind him with the dagger and do the dagger against the back and be like, no sudden movements. Our friend said she'd wait for us outside and she's not here, so I think we should walk in together. Kind of put an arm around him with the dagger against his back.
He glances down at the dagger and says, absolutely, we should enter together.
Sounds great. And then I'm going to kind of push
the
blade against his back. You first.
Oh, by all means, could you get the door?
You've got a free hand.
He's holding a crate of books.
Yeah, set the crate down.
At that...
And then you'll have a hand to open the door.
Sho opens the door.
Oh, Sho? You okay?
And she gestures you in. She's standing in a relatively small room, lined with...
Is it actually Sho?
It's well...
So we've had something and mimic a chair and mimic a table, and so I'm like...
Inside the room are a collection of individuals all standing with their blades drawn, pointed at the door. In particular, there are exactly... How many of them? Head count. There it is. 6 of them. I'm sorry, 5 of them, because one's with you.
Okay,
Standing.
I'm just going to secure around his neck with the dagger to his back, and I would like to crackle some arcane fire in my hand next to his face, and just no sudden movements.
Sho does not look like she is unharmed. And looks like her fight to the death has been spared by the fact that she's not fighting it. And one of the people inside takes her free hand and waves you in. There's no need for that. Let's all come in together.
Okay, I'm not letting him go, but I'll step in. And I would like to get between Sho and the door.
Okay. Everybody else coming in?
So am I not asking my demons for help?
The demons, for what they can do, are going to spread along the wall in shadow form and slick around the corners. So you can see as they're kind of positioning themselves to maybe do something for you.
Cool.
As best they can. Knowing
Like
that
it.
they're there more to mess with you than to obey you.
Like it.
Fair enough.
I'll hang near, like, more towards the back. But so we're entering into this room. There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the room are they? Where is Sho?
Sho was
More
by.
importantly for Mir, where's Ember?
Sho had her back apparently to the door. Before you had arrived, she had engaged in a fight with a rug. And as she fought her way out of said rug, pretty much everyone in the building poured into this room and held her at sword point until she surrendered. Which made sense, being outnumbered 5-1.
Okay.
Which then left us in this wonderful situation, a violent rug, an incredibly violent rug. Which then put us in the position we're currently in of this kind of a standoff. The one who's speaking says, you should put those down. I think, again, the fact that your friend is not dead is a sign of good faith on our part.
She doesn't look unharmed, though.
Well, she started it.
It's Sho. I find that hard to believe.
Technically, the rug attacked first.
And the woman kind of glances at the girl next to her, and the girl kind of shrugs. Fine, she intruded. But
I mean,
again,
we were invited here by your two colleagues, and I'm going to just kind of poke the guy I'm holding.
you should probably let him go before this gets ugly, little girl.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure we've come to the right place.
Maybe you have.
What assurance do I have if I let this guy go that we're walking out of here? Or we're having this conversation?
Well, let me frame it this way. We outnumbered your friend a solid 5-1, and we let her live until you got here. You should let him go, because I'm not concerned at the change in numbers changing our odds.
Why
And
did
I
you
think
let her live?
my confidence should tell you something about those odds.
Is Sho's
feel
not
like we
under any,
should-
like, mind control, is she? Is she able to, like,
can we
talk with
tell?
us?
Yep, she can talk. She's free for you to converse with. The opens door on your behalf as a DM fiat was, Sho will be told before, now that she's surrendered, please open the door now.
Yeah.
I think we should at least, like, I don't think we should charge in blade swinging just yet, because if they let Sho live, they clearly let Sho live for a reason, and I'm kind of interested what they want with us.
Yeah. All right.
Just like but like we can blast him if we need to blast him, but like let's at least find some more information before we slaughter them all.
So they will be reasonable route in this?
Okay, I'm not gonna...
Reasonable with a limit.
I'm not gonna, like, push him, but I'm just gonna open my arm and let him walk out.
Corvala, I presume?
Yep. So
it's a
there's
pleasure.
Corvala, there's M, and then that leaves 2, 3, 4, and 5, plus the one you brought makes 6. And then there's that rug.
What Jamboard is this on?
I'll repost it in the
Oh,
Discord
right.
for you guys.
Okay. I'm on Jamboard, but it's not loading anything on any of the pages.
Oop. Let's try it again.
Okay.
It's page 7, right?
Yeah, I'm on page 7.
Oh, I was on like 13.
Oh.
Same. Yeah, I was running into the same problem, but 7 works perfectly. I see.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, my bad.
Just for real quick, like, rough positions of everybody. Ember is advanced. Okay, so everyone's come in and you all kind of crowd around the door, I assume, or is anybody spreading out into the space?
I'm gonna go into the corner on the right.
On the... So there?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so Jansen heads out and they're going to kind of take a step back and give you plenty of space, but not let you have easy access to that door.
Right.
Where's
I'll
everybody
take
else?
the left corner then.
And then Ember and Sho get to stand in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice first, questions later.
Yeah, we're not too far from the door, right?
No, your
No.
backs are to the door.
So,
Okay.
Corvala, interested in some books that you've been selling lately?
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is we need to establish that this is not a negotiation or an interrogation. This is a favor.
Of course. One wouldn't expect anything different from you.
Good. You made some accusations. I'd like some clarifications. What exactly are you accusing us of?
There have
We
been
were
books.
asking questions. It wasn't an accusation. We were asking questions that just because you interpreted it a certain way doesn't mean we were making accusations. We were asking questions and actually hoping for your help in solving a matter of great importance.
Really? Meanwhile, Linarius, your Jensen's demons are starting to speak more. And they can hear more of that one there looking at you. He's going to attack any minute. You know that, right? He's going to get the first
My
strike.
demon said that to me.
Oh, yeah.
But how do I know they're not playing games with me?
Would we lie to
Can
you?
I do a perception check?
On your inner demons?
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Sure. Sure.
Doing things no one's ever thought of.
Can I insight check myself?
Self-reflection is a skill.
Absolutely.
Where is it? There it is.
There.
Okay, I got a 10.
He does look like he's kind of like his fingers kind of roll around his blade from time to time. He can take you, you know. He's
is it my
stronger than
turn to
you.
do
He's
something?
faster than you. What was that?
Do I have an action right now?
You can take an action. We're in a role play scene. Everyone can chime in with what they want to do at a moment.
And they're just talking, right?
Right now, everyone's talking.
And what's our goal here?
Well, let's see. I'm not entirely sure you have a goal.
To find out if the monster books came from here and why.
Yeah.
And
so I
where
feel like
these books are coming from.
we can
Sorry.
if we rush in with this whole like assuming that they're bad when like, yeah, I mean they seem pretty bad, but like if we can kind of get more information from them before we murder them, I feel like that's probably a good idea, because they think that we're like making accusations, and if we instead, I feel like we could play it like we feel like you're being taken advantage of, like somebody is giving you these books and like, this could really hurt you if you're found to be selling them. Like, the struggle of the, rural bookseller. I don't know. I feel like that's something Show could maybe speak
Small
to.
business owner.
Couldn't we just
You
couldn't we just take the books?
Well, we don't know. That's what we're trying to
we need
figure
to
out.
figure out like what's going on with them though. Like,
Yeah,
selling
what
them,
did-
but
What did
where are they
old
coming
man
from?
McGee do with the big chest of books? Did
He's-
he drop them?
He's still holding them.
No,
Okay.
because I ended up opening the door, so he didn't need to
Right.
drop them.
You have to put him down. And he's, we forgot the guy. He's going to cross the room over here and put the stack of books in this corner.
I'm gonna put my hands, like, kind of just like, because I'm wearing a cape,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna like sit my hands, kind of like this,
Mhm.
so you can't really see them, and I'm gonna hold my daggers, but they don't know that I'm holding them, but I'm holding them, and
Yeah,
I'm just staring at my demons. I'm not even looking at them. I'm looking at my.
So you're staring
demons.
off into space as far as everyone else is concerned.
Yeah.
We're not the ones you want to fight. He is. He's the
Peering
one
out of
that
the
can
corner of
take
my
you.
eyes.
And then you hear another voice in the back that says, they're not human. You
What?
are not prepared.
Okay, like I'm just gonna like throw one of my daggers in the direction of the guy holding the book.
Okay. Everyone that's not playing Jansen is absolutely free to have their character roll a You know what? Let's do this. You are not rolling for initiative, but roll initiative.
Can I grab the
Speaking of
dagger
which,
before
actually,
it goes past?
Linares, can you
just-
also roll for initiative, even though this is not the start of combat?
The dice hate me. I'll just sit here in the back.
11.
Apparently falling asleep.
Okay. No, this is like the best place. This is the best initiative roll to roll crappy on.
It's that book talk again.
Ember and Shona both watch as Linarius starts to pull her dagger out from behind her back and fling it across the diagonal of the room. Do either of you want to do anything before the dagger leaves her hand?
Can I grab the dagger? Like
Out
do
of, like-
some cool rogue stuff and like grab the dagger before it hits him?
You can absolutely try.
Probably be easier to push him out of the way, but I feel like if I go for him, they'll think I'm attacking him. So
Right.
It'll be easier to jump on Jansen before they fling the dagger, but you can go for the more dramatic, which is kind of cool.
yeah, I
Pluck it
kind of
out of
want to
the
do some
air.
cool rogue
Yeah.
stuff and like grab the dagger before it. What do I roll for that?
This would be let's call it a dex save.
Okay,
That seems like a reasonable roll for this moment.
I've got good dex. Oh. Well, plus 4, 12.
Maybe use one of our rerolls.
Can I
for that?
re-roll
Now,
it?
before chat does
Reroll that.
anything, chat, don't do
Right,
anything.
yep, chat, no, I'm good.
We've
We
got
got
lots.
re-rolls. I
We've
got
got a few
it.
to
Yeah,
spend.
let's
Okay.
use some of our Book of Fate, chat.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So I got a 15.
That's cool.
Thank
Is
you,
that enough?
Spinny. Yeah, you jump out there and just like and you don't quite grab it out of the air, but you definitely like swat it and it kind of goes spinning randomly through the. Well, it doesn't matter now. That's 6 minutes before someone can do it again. So we've got some time. I'm glad you used it now before combat really happens.
Dang it. We've got Book of Fate stuff. It's fine.
Anyway, sorry. You
I just
swat
want to not focus on that.
You
and
swat the-
speak to Corval.
dagger out of the air, and it kind of tumbles to the ground at everyone's feet, and everyone kind of stops and stares at Jansen. Who does what?
I'm gonna keep talking to Corvala.
Yeah, I'm curious what Jansen's doing in this moment. Is everyone is like
Yeah.
turned and stared as as they've attempted to like knife somebody.
Can I like step in front of Jansen to sort of block their view of maybe other people? Because I mean, there's two hands back there. We've seen one. Like, I'd like to, I don't know,
Charge
block
across
your
the room
passing
and
lanes.
get in
you
it?
know, like yeah. We'll just I'm maybe
My
like
dagger fell on the
Yeah.
floor, right?
Yeah, I'm just
yeah.
gonna pick it up and I'm gonna
I
turn
was gonna
around
say no. I was gonna say
and I'm gonna hand it to you.
okay. I will take it, and
And I'm just gonna say, it's okay. We're just gonna chat for a minute and then we might stab them.
They're not
but
going
the,
to
the,
chat.
the stab them part is
I'm-
gonna be quiet.
look. I've got my demons that they are telling me that these guys are bad. So I'm gonna take
Yeah,
my
but-
dagger,
and I'm just
and
gonna
I'm gonna
lean
go.
in and go,
I'm just gonna stand next to them and stare at them.
yeah,
I'm not going to dagger them. I'm just going to stand there. I'm going to stare at them.
that
But I'm
sounds
going to
good
be
to
really
me.
close.
And I'm just gonna
My breath.
like smile and pat and turn around and go, so
This is what I am doing to them right now.
The one nearest to you is matching it, and he's glaring right back, and you can hear that voice. He's not intimidated, and he shouldn't be.
I'm gonna lean over to Ember. Oh, Jensen made a friend.
I feel it.
But my demons are telling me that they don't care.
But your demons say weird stuff all the time that isn't true. They make you feel like garbage, okay? I don't really trust the demons right now. Anyway, Corvala.
The demons are kind of bad, to be fair. As she watches this with somewhat like shock and horror, and then watches as you kind of take the time to reprimand your compatriot, she kind of turns back and, so what exactly is your intention here now that you've accused us of selling monsters, come to our home, and then one of you attacked us? And again, I'd like to note, none of you are dead yet.
Well, I mean, you did attack
neither are you.
our friend first too. I think that's a good distinction to make. But here, listen, I'm here to make bygones be bygones. We're on behalf of the Candlekeep Library because we've tracked down a couple books sold by your stand have happened to turn into monsters and eat some people. We've fought them, we've seen them, we know. And you may not even know that this is happening. It's more so we're trying to figure out where these books have originated from, and if you could help us with that. Now, I'm not accusing you guys of doing any evil stuff at all. I don't even know if you know this is happening, but we are charged with figuring out where it's coming from.
Well, that is quite the story. I don't recall selling any of our books to Candlekeep.
No, but I think it's pretty common knowledge you have to have a book to get into Candlekeep. You've sold books to people who've brought them to Candlekeep.
I see. Well, that would not appear in our records. And I impress upon everyone here that we keep excellent records of our books, don't we? And you can notice, without having to make the insight check, that everyone else kind of slinks down about a 1/4 inch, except the one that's in the staring match with Jansen. He is like, you know what's going through his mind right now, and most of it involves bits of Jansen's face being separated from the rest of her head in small bits. Like, you can tell that's what he's thinking. It's just, I mean, he's
Oh my goodness.
he's gonna eat her. So, but
I'm
everybody
just
else.
gonna pull out my notebook and go, you keep good notes too? Great. Well, I have the names and of the books that were turned into monsters actually written down. If you could match these with your records, that'd be amazing.
I think we can. Why don't you join me in my office? The rest of you can wait here.
Would it be So this is our librarian friend show. She's actually much better with books than me. I just am a blabbermouth, as you can tell. But she actually knows a lot more about the books. But
I'm
I
not
have the notes.
comfortable with that.
Oh. Well, I mean, if we have questions, we can just come back out and ask her, right?
Yes. In fact, why don't we all take a moment to step down? Why don't you come in, take a moment to rest in our spare room? And then
I like that.
you and I can step into my office and we can talk. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
Will that work for everyone?
Can I get like a glass of water
No.
too?
How about we keep the door open as a compromise so we can see?
I think we can make that work.
And I'm just going to look at Ember, and if you're comfortable, I will be okay with it. All right.
Oh yeah. All smiles.
Okay, so on the map. Whoomp. Whoomp. I'm going to throw that on the map. And so Ember's going to go with the leader into the office. The rest of you are going to go into the spare bedroom to sit. Okay, so there's a hallway there. And let me back out just a little bit so I can get the rest of the map on here. Oh, never mind, I can't. DM is a lousy planner.
I feel like, especially with the weird directions sometimes we go in, it's gotta be, you can't fully plan. You can't
Right.
figure out what weird thing we're gonna
No, we could be
decide
on
to
the
do.
roof right now, and then you'd be really screwed.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I
you know
like
what?
that idea.
I'm just going to draw it at this point.
Yeah.
Ember
pen.
has a jetpack now. and
Yeah.
it's flying,
Nice.
like
Who has a what?
That's
I want
3
the jetpack
levels
spell.
from now. Okay, we gotta wait 3 levels for the
3
jetpack.
levels for the jetpack.
Is that like level 5 jetpack rogue? Because that would be awesome.
That's a
Yeah.
prestige class, but you have to pay an extra $40 to get the book on D&D
I mean,
Beyond.
there is some arcane mage stuff that could like be jetpacky.
Okay.
Or arcane rogue, sorry.
I love where this is going.
First you start with a broom. Jetpack is DLC. Yeah, I'm down with that. Okay, so you're led across this central hallway, and this would be the spare room over here that you are escorted into. So who's staying in that room again? That's going to have show.
Which one's the bedroom?
That's the spare room over here.
I just want to be able to see into the office. I want a clear
That's
line of
Yeah,
sight into the
I-
office. Because that was kind of the deal.
I
Where do the
can I
offices
say
open?
a side note? Not to any. I don't want that person to hear.
What?
I have Misty Step,
Mhm.
so I can teleport with 30 feet of anywhere I can see.
Anywhere you
So
can
if we
see.
go in there, we could listen against the wall, and I could teleport real fast into the room if I got to.
Oh yeah, I'll make noise if
As
there's a
long
problem.
as you can see.
Well, I mean, technically, I could see.
Through a wall?
I mean, it doesn't say line of sight. It just
If-
says see. I
If
see it on the
Jansen
map.
looks in,
Line of sight is not the same thing.
Is it the player's
And
line of sight or the
technically, I
character?
can't see it. There's just a wall in front of me.
That was actually really good. Oh my. I can't breathe. We killed the DM.
will we get extra points if we make the DM break?
Linarius officially broke Rob. Oh no.
I think Linarius has won this combat.
Yeah. That's really good.
Well versed in medieval building.
Okay. There are these moments that you talk about for years and years. Like, I remember 8th grade, someone fell into a bottomless pit, and I said, well, my character jumps after them because I have levitate and I'm wearing a full plate mail, so I'll catch up with them because heavy things fall faster. And then there was this moment where, like, no, dude, no, they all fall at the same speed. It's like, oh.
I mean, technically, they just have the same terminal velocities. So.
Yeah, we figured that out. We actually use terminal velocity but like, it says anywhere I can see it on the map. I will be in the.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'll be in the retirement home, talking about my days playing Dungeons and Dragons, and this story is going to come up. And then the little old lady from across the hall is going to say, we heard that before and we still don't get it. And no, we don't want to come over and see your dice. That's gross. Okay. So on that note, and you cannot Misty Step to the moon. That is way too far.
Okay, never
That's out of
mind.
range. But, okay, so here's the catch. Here's the office. Here's the spare room. There will not be line of sight between the two.
Well,
Now,
then
she
I
does
wanna go sit in
compromise.
the hallway.
Show can stand in the hallway. If that's okay. And so there's a desk. Corvallis sits down behind the desk and invites Ember to have a seat as well. So I guess the question is, where are Jansen and you're going to end up in this situation then? Are you going to take a seat in the spare room and just sort of camp?
Jensen, does it make more sense if you're in the hallway?
I mean, I'll stab a woman, but I hate to do this, but I kind of want to go wander around the other area while she's distracted.
Cool.
If they'll let you, I
Just-
think it's probably guarded.
Wander. Okay,
Is it
sure.
open?
Yeah.
I will happily stand in the hallway.
Okay, so Jansen wanders off to this part of the building, and she's accompanied by the girl and somebody else. Let me do a quick head count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 2 people. So 2 and 1, which is the old guy, are going to hang out in that room. Jansen's going to go exploring. Show standing here. Ember's sitting here at the desk. What's Mir doing?
So only one of us is allowed in the hallway?
We can hang out in the hallway too.
Can I hang on the other end of the hallway?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like trying to space things out, like coverage.
So we all went into the spare room, went, nice room, go into the hallway.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
From all
Great.
potential disasters.
Okay, so Linarius, as Jensen goes down into that particular room, let's see, that is, make sure I get the right, you basically are wandering in on the kitchen. And there's a cook pot, places for various dry goods to be kept. And as you kind of look around, the one that's been tagging along with you pushes past you in the doorway, picks up a meat cleaver, and starts chopping through vegetables.
Oh.
That is not the right tool for the job.
And she just sort of like,
Thus.
hack, slides them off the cutting board and scoops them into the pot and then looks at you and gives you kind of like this whatever and then goes back to work again.
I would like to investigate the area.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Anything that's like hidden. Like something that looks like it's not supposed to be there.
Okay.
Out of place.
On a scale from 1 to 10, give me a depth of your investigation in this moment. 1 being, I'm going to stand and glance around the room, to 10 being, I'm going to go full Gil Grissom on it.
10.
Okay.
My demons are in my head. Don't forget.
Oh.
They really, really care about the food.
Yeah,
They've just made me really paranoid. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Jensen is very much paranoid.
I am mega paranoid.
Mega
I'm like,
paranoid.
oh, meat cleaver for a thing. Where's the knife? I bet the knife is probably hidden because it's a secret doorway to somewhere.
So you start poking around and the young girl's watching you kind of explore the kitchen. And she glances over. What are you looking for?
I'm sorry. I'm looking for anything, that's in the kitchen that shouldn't be.
Okay.
Stuff.
But this is, I mean, do you have to make a mess?
Fine. I'll at least clean myself up a little bit.
If you really want to be helpful, you can help.
How about you take me to that other room? How about we go check that out? I won't make a mess in there.
The spare room that no one wanted to stay in?
No. The other doorway. Oh wait, there isn't another doorway.
No, there isn't.
Never mind. Never mind.
All right. I mean, if you want, I can take you to the spare room, or do you want to stay here in the kitchen and make a mess of everything while you search for something? What?
Do you have any food?
And then she just turns and goes back to chopping and pretending you're not there.
Whoops, I'm going to grab some food then.
Okay. Meanwhile, Mirror and Show are looking at each other down either side of a hallway while they're being watched by two more of the guards, or members of this group. And Ember sits down with Corvala. So you claim that a book we sold ended up at Candlekeep and turned into a monster.
It's not one, it's 3. So here's the deal. And I'm just gonna sit and scoot up the chair, the noises across the floor. Just go and lean so she can see my notes. I got a cute little squirrel doodled in here and some books and a little rat guy. But so I have a buddy, Connie. You might know her. She works at Candlekeep. She's way up there.
Okay.
You do. So she tasked us because we owe some favors. And she tasked us with figuring out who or where these books are coming from, or maybe if it was malicious. You never know who's out there. And there were 3 books that recently, within the past few weeks, showed up. And while we were there looking, because, we were looking for a way to cure a curse, the town we live in, the food's not doing well, it got cursed. So we went there looking for a guy to cure the curse. He got turned to goop. Long story. I know you're too busy for that information, but she told us about 3 books that also turn into monsters, turning people into goop, and she gave us the names of those people. We tracked them down, got a little chat with them. 2 of them were still
I'm
at
sorry.
the library.
I'm tired. It's been an incredibly long day. Let's skip to the end of this particular story.
Sure.
What is it you are hoping to accomplish?
Well, we're just trying to figure out, all the people who said they got their books from you. Maybe you could tell us where you got these books from, and how they turned into monsters, because it's kind of weird, right? That as soon as they get into the library, they come to life and try to eat everyone in the library.
Well,
that's not great.
That's a very strange thing for a book.
Right?
And I would be very concerned that it sounds like you're accusing us.
No, I would never. Okay, here's the deal. I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't think that you guys would do something evil like this, but here's the deal. You never know. It says your guy, the old guy, I didn't really get his name, but the old guy out there pushes the cart around. He told me that you procure books from all over the place. You never know. That Candlekeep place is crazy. When you walk in there, it's filled with magic. It could activate something in a book you didn't even know.
And that's very possible, because I will confess, we do create magical books. Not,
I mean, that's cool.
well, not real books. We can make a magical copy of a book. And some of our clientele are, not as discerning as others might be. And we are trying to raise some funds. So one way is to take a valuable valuable book, make a copy of it magically, and then sell it.
Listen, I have forged some top-notch books in my days. I think what you guys are doing is great. You're making a living
I'm, in
out of it
fact,
too.
the more I've thought about this, the more I'm glad you came here. Because we had no idea that the books could do that.
Well, see, so we're helping each other out here. See, I feel like we started off on the wrong foot. Really, I'm just, I'm a big mouth, and I don't really like to skirt around the bush, as it were. And I think that you understand that out of all people. You get me, Corvala.
I do. I think now that I know that the spell we use to create the books has a potential for some unintended side effects, we should invest. We should perhaps stop doing that until we better understand the spell.
See, I knew it. If we had a
Excellent.
heart-to-heart, one-to-one conversation,
I'm glad you came. Is there something else you need before you go back now?
Well, we do need to find out if there's any other books you might have sold, because they could be in
Let
danger.
me see that list and I can cross-reference it.
Sure. So I'm going to give her the list that has the Dark Hunger that was sold to Night Valor, Madroth's Mighty Digressions, and then Fallen Famar, which I didn't write down who bought that.
Let me do a little bit of looking, and give me a moment. And she slides a ledger out from under her, and from one of the drawers in the desk, and starts flipping through it. Oh, yes, we did sell those. I can see that here. I can see that the dates, a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago. Yes. I can assure you, though, at the present, those are the only titles that we currently have in circulation. I can tell you with utmost honesty, I had no knowledge that these books could do that, and I assure you that there are no other such books out there.
Right, but the old man, I don't know his name. He's not really that old either. He seems kind of spry. He was carrying that cart,
Yes. Oh,
like
well,
he's got some
but those
meat to
books
him.
aren't in circulation, and I guarantee they will not be sold with this knowledge.
Well, that's fantastic to hear.
Excellent.
You make me feel great about that. But so you created these books? You didn't get them from somewhere?
Well, we made a copy of the original. We have the originals. Will that suffice to send you on your way?
The originals?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I mean, I know,
Excellent.
especially Connie.
Then we can conclude this business tonight. And she reaches
fantastic.
for her decanter on her desk and takes a long pull of water, as all of us will do.
Oh.
Thank you, Van Guilty. I tend to forget. We get role playing and we realize that let's keep the throat ready. We absolutely we can sell you those books right now and send you on your way.
Could you put it on the tab of the Candlekeep?
Oh, but you see, okay. Let's level with each other right now.
Sure.
We have to raise the money. And we have to sell them. They're an asset. We were using them to create copies of because they're very popular and very rare. So if I were to give away the originals, that's not good business. So if you and your compatriots could simply raise 500 gold for the three of them, they go for 200 easily individually, and we're happy to part with 500 for the set. I think we can call it good. And then you have my word. We'll investigate this magic we were using to ensure that no other monstrous books end up in the hands of people they should not.
Can I just insight check to see if she's being honest with me? Or is she being deceptive at all?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have great insight, but
I can't assist from out there, can I?
No.
can I investigate if she's...
Nope.
Oh, I figured, but I thought I'd give it a shot.
This is an insight
Yeah.
check.
I'm guessing I can't really hear it that well either.
It's an 8.
She is let me give you the DM answer. As far as you know, she is being honest.
Seems good to me.
That doesn't mean she's being dishonest and you failed to detect it. It just means, near as you can tell, she's being honest.
Okay, well, how about this, Corvala? Let me level with you, since we're having such a good heart-to-heart, and it seems like we really understand each other, and I like you, you know? I feel like, you know, we get each other. We're kind of cut of the same cloth. I don't have that cash on me, and I'd rather not take the trek all the way back to Candlekeep, so do you have anything that you need maybe we could help you with? We're pretty great.
I think I have an idea. You could... Okay. I think you could do a job for us.
Sure.
That would work really well. In fact, I have an idea. Why don't you stay the night?
Love it.
And in the morning, we can set up an arrangement for you to square up what exactly we can do to make this work, so you can take those originals and make good with these customers that we inadvertently harmed.
Sure. I mean, I think that sounds good, and it's, you know, it's not like we can't find you. You know, you'll be in the wide, and even then, you know, we'll track you down. But as long as everything goes good, and I think that this arrangement works great for us. I love helping people out, and I love making Connie not mad at me. So this sounds great to me.
Excellent. I will have everyone draw up this. We can put you in the spare room for the night. I'm sure everyone will be perfectly content to sleep in the main room, just so that we don't have to worry about too much shared space.
Sure. Some of my friends are a little jumpy, as I'm sure you can tell. One of them talks to themselves, you know, it's fine. She does that all the time. It's nothing to be worried about. But, you know, it's all good. It's all good. We'll stay in the main room together. We won't attack anybody unless, you know, you guys attack us first, obviously. But then we'll skedaddle. But I would love to help you guys out, and I think this sounds great. Let me just, you know, make sure it's good with the buds.
You should do that. Here,
sounds
follow me.
Right.
Okay, so she's going to lead you to the spare room and invite everyone to come in and have a little powwow, if that's what you would like to do.
Yes, I would like to have a powwow in a separate room.
Absolutely. So this would be, so now the 4 of you are going to end up in here. And they will leave you to your devices. They'll close the door and let you have it. Jesse has 432 points. Hey, this is like, oh wow, why did my brain totally blank on it? Drew Carey, improv show.
Whose line is it anyway?
Thank you.
I love that show.
And I also got that from the other side of the wall too. Yeah, where the games are made up and the points don't matter. Okay, so she'll lead you into there. This particular room, now that you've had a chance to get in it, it actually comes with a description. Except for the corner with 2 stacked wooden trunks, the wall of this room are lined with half-empty bookshelves.
Half empty, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Half empty.
This is their
Means half full.
This is kind of like a storeroom.
Where they're storing the books.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, collection of different books of different qualities and rarities and other such things. And she leaves you to some time to discuss the arrangement that she has offered you.
Cool. So I'm just gonna, for the sake of brevity, relay like, hey, we're staying here tonight, and she's got a job for us, and then she'll give us the books that we need to give to Connie. Doesn't that sound great?
So I'm confused. Are they making the books that are turning into monsters?
Well, they have the originals, but we can't afford it's 500 gold for all the originals. They're making copies, kind of like we did, and then selling the copies. But since they're magical books, they're magical copies. And, she said she'll never sell another copy because she didn't know they were doing that. I don't know how much I trust this, so I don't know if we should maybe keep like a APB on what they're selling, but I would like the originals, which she said she'll give us, and then they can't make copies, but we do have to do a job for them tomorrow, which she said she'll give us more details tomorrow, but we get a free meal and a free place to stay in the meantime.
Good.
What'd you guys think?
I don't know.
I think they're the ones that did it, so maybe that'll help. If we get the originals, we go back to Candlekeep. We'll just tell them to watch out for these guys, and maybe they can go after them.
I figure we'll give them their names anyway, and just let them know that everything that was going on anyway, and bring them the originals. I mean, I don't necessarily think they can make copies if they don't have the original. So maybe it might stop that. And I don't know if they're going to sell what they have left in that trunk or not. Who knows? But if they do...
About the best we can do is tell Candlekeep to keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's not severely our problem, so...
That's true. Sure, why not? Not sure we have another option.
I think that we should have rotations on sleep.
Yes. I definitely agree. Do not trust anyone in this building.
2 on a watch, or should we do 1 on a watch?
I think 1 is good.
Okay. Who wants to do first?
And if I recall correctly, Jansen doesn't have to sleep very long.
I don't. I can meditate.
Yeah, so you get a full night's rest with just a couple of hours.
Yeah. So how about I take the first, how long are we going to sleep?
Usually overnight, so 8 hours.
How about I take the first 6? And then I'll sleep the last 2.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll do a watch.
Reasonable.
I don't mind doing that.
I can do 1, but I will like getting my hit points back, I think.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit that long rest button. That's perfectly reasonable at this point. I'll update, and I think everyone wakes up refreshed and ready to go on the morning.
If we're not missing any hit points, do we still need to hit the long rest?
I don't think so.
If you haven't used any of your
Nothing changes.
abilities or checked any boxes off, then you can, it should be fine.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. But if you burned any abilities in the last 24 hours, you want to get that back. Just, to be prepared. Morning comes and you're woken to the sounds of people bustling around. The door is kind of cracked open as the morning happens, and you can see as they're kind of cleaning up the various cots that make up that center hallway where some of them were sleeping. And Kervala is there to bring to invite you out into the sitting room to enjoy some porridge and some bacon.
Ooh, bacon.
At the moment, it's the house is mostly empty. It's just her and what's her name? The other one that you've been talking to the most.
Oh, Morales or
yeah, Marliza.
Marliza.
Is that the teenage
Yeah, that's the
girl?
teen one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that Jansen was harassing for no apparent reason.
that Jansen that Mir tripped into.
She as you eat, Corella eats a bit of hers, but doesn't really eat much of it. She mostly focuses on the bacon, and she kind of looks. I had a thought. Does Candlekeep need the books?
Well, I think we need to bring something back to Connie, or she's gonna tan my hide. Those kind are just really uptight. So
Plus, there are a number of people that brought those books in good faith and are now paying penance for them.
Yeah, there's a few of them were like re-shingling the roof, and it's
Oh.
like July up there. It's hot, so
That's unfortunate. I had a thought on the evening. What if I sent you off with at least one of those books as an act of good faith? And if from there, maybe we could negotiate a sale with Candlekeep at the full value.
I'd love that. In fact, if you could maybe you could write a letter to Connie yourself about, the good faith between the two of you, and hopefully a longevity of sales that we could bring back to her, just so she has more than just our word on it.
Well, I'm just confused as to how much you need all the books. I mean, I was thinking the goal that you presented to me was to find out what happened, and we've established it.
Sure.
A simple misunderstanding that, let's be honest, many people wouldn't understand. And perhaps maybe it's best said as, you have contacted the maker of the books and you have assurances there will be no further problems.
This is sketchy.
I think based on the fact that you sold the originals in good faith and didn't actually sell the originals is a problem.
Well, but we're trying to raise money to resurrect a friend.
I get that.
And that's a respectable goal
thing.
Yes.
However,
yeah, I don't think Connie's going to go for it.
Well, as I said, we send one of the books back with you as an act of good faith, with the assurance that you could simply say that no other monstrous books are being produced.
But you've sold these books.
Well, yes.
And you haven't delivered on your promise. Or your part of the bargain, rather. Money changed hands to you to help you resurrect your friend for these books. And that money, those books were not produced as the actual books were not produced. Instead, there was a monster in the shape of a book. And that cost other people's lives, which they don't have people to resurrect them.
So if you were to leave with the 3 original books, we would have your assurance that you would tell the people of Candlekeep that no further monstrous books will be found or created, and our business is concluded.
As long as you tell the people that you make any more copies of these books not to bring them to Candlekeep.
We might have an understanding then.
I mean, I don't see any problem with that if you guys don't. I'm not trying to squander a small business. They're trying to resurrect their friend. That's admirable.
We're just doing our job. Our job was to stop the monster books going to Candlekeep. And to
I just don't want to have to
originals.
come back. I don't want to have to come back down here with a big headache. As long as you can assure me that the people will be sold more of these, that they're not going to bring them to Candlekeep, that'd be great.
We can do that.
Got it.
Then let's do that. Let's get your cart outfitted and get you on your way.
Love it.
And she actually stands up and goes to the door and, oh, look, it's your cart that you left up at the Wide.
Oh, no. Forgot about the cart and the horse.
I was wondering about that. I thought we left it with the squirrel.
And there's the older gentleman is climbing down from the seat. He says, and I'm happy to make sure you make your way out of Baldur's Gate and onto the road in one piece.
Kind of you.
Cravala comes out a short time later with the 3 books, and she hands them over to Ember.
Cool. Pocket them in a side satchel or something.
Books.
Huge.
Oh, yeah. Hand them to show.
And I have your...
pack it.
She puts out a hand, and I have your oath that you will inform any who ask that there are no more monstrous books produced by Amberdine Books.
No.
Did she give me a note too? The note I asked for?
No, she's not putting anything in writing. But she's giving you all 3 books.
Ooh, that's 5. Yep. Shakes hands. 500 gold's worth of handshake.
Give me a...
I think you're doing an oath, though.
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Is that
boy.
not one of your better ones?
No.
We've got lots of rerolls.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
Come on.
Natural 19!
Yes!
Well,
Emma's just on a roll today.
you think,
Yeah.
you think that's good.
It feels good. It feels good.
It feels good. It definitely feels good. Yeah. She's... And you know, as a favor, you can have this one on me. And she puts a black book on top of the stack.
Ooh. You know, this is my friend's favorite color. And I'm just gonna pull it in and look at it.
And hand it to Jansen immediately without even looking much past it.
No, I wanna look at the title.
It's a rather battered book. The cover doesn't actually bear a title. You have to flip it open to the first few pages. It's a handwritten journal. It is in not good shape. It's been carried a bit. It's titled The Book of the Raven.
Ooh.
And it quickly can glean from the first few pages that it's a handwritten personal account of someone who had been injured and was nursed back to health over time by a collection of people who were nomads. And you don't really have much time to read much past that, but there's quickly you see references to wagons and horses and different bits of clothing. And as you flip through the book, you notice quickly there's a map drawn on the inside of it.
Does it like an X marks the spot kind of map?
Like,
does my heart start to race and my
as
throat gets dry?
As you open it up and glance at the bottom corner of the map, you see the following words: follow the trail to the Hand in the Horn, past the 3-Tree Hill, over River Warren, to the Worm's Mark in the foggy moors. West of there, the treasure is yours.
Oh, I
treasure.
think. Yeah, okay. Is that about right? Do we need to fan her? Like,
yeah,
has she
like
fainted?
full on like.
She watches you react, and she actually reaches over to the horse, or to the wagon, and puts her hand on the 3 books. I have a better idea.
Oh.
You sound like you're ready for an adventure.
Always.
I give
Does
you
the
my
adventure
oath.
involve-
These 3 books will find their way to Candlekeep, and you can begin your next quest.
An oath? And can I like... Does anyone have better insight than me? Can someone insight check this lady?
-1.
With my rolls?
Jensen, what's your insight check?
My insight. +4.
All right, please, insider.
You need to be like you
Okay.
need to be sussing these people out.
Can I quickly ask here at the table why it is that we haven't had Linarius like bringing Jansen into every one of these moments to go, she's lying. She's
I
lying.
need this. I have a +0. I just trust everyone explicitly.
Yeah. Ember and I shouldn't be doing this. Mine's -1. Hers is 0.
Yeah, we need to have the people
Your
like
insight.
Jansen needs to be our like
Our lie detector. They are our lie detector.
exactly.
Sussing the pork. Do you want to roll for that insight to see if she's telling the truth on that deal?
Can I?
Absolutely.
Yay! 12.
As near as you can tell, she's being completely honest.
Ooh.
That doesn't mean she's lying.
Yeah, and you know what? If she isn't, I already told her we'd just come back. Like, she knows,
Yeah,
like, we're a
we'll
fly
find
in
her
the
again.
ointment. We're just gonna annoy her until we get our way, so.
The 3rd tier gaming really wants you guys to re-roll that.
All right, let's do one re-roll, and if the die speak, they speak.
All right.
Yep.
21.
Whoa!
She is not lying. It is her full intention to have these 3 books delivered to Candlekeep and for you to go off on this quest.
Well, alrighty then.
Shall we quest?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's quest.
And you know what, Corvala, you've been so fantastic, and thank you. You get it. We're in a tight spot, and you're gonna save us some time. And you just gave us a great book, and I just, well, if you ever need anything else, and we're in Baldur's Gate,
Well,
we're happy to help out.
don't you worry. If we need you, we'll come find you.
That sounds fantastic. I'm always in the market for work.
See if she'll give us the rug.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, maybe we can make a bargain next time for the rug.
Nope.
Next time, though.
No, they are.
Although, before we leave, as we're leaving, I'm definitely like stepping hard on the rug. Just my hand. Every chance I get,
And the best part
grind
is,
my heel into that rug.
as of now, none of you understand why she wipes her feet so fiercely on that rug. Like, this is the side of show you've never seen, because none of you know she almost lost a fight to a rug.
We don't know.
That's entirely on her. And you
Will
get
not
in
be
the
sharing that
wagon.
anytime soon.
The older man kind of walks with you as you guide the cart out towards the edge of town and waves as you head off.
Hi, Roger.
Yeah, do we see the same guard?
No, it's a different set of guards that are kind of that wave you out. And they don't really care if you're leaving.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not at all interested. And that would be how this particular story ended. You ride off with a map in hand. The mystery has solved. You've tracked it back to its home. You managed to not die.
Woo!
I'm not a big fan of like, here's all the things you missed.
Oh, no.
But here's all the stuff we missed.
I do want to put this thought out there. Yeah, no one died. I was really in a bit of a spot because I wasn't sure. In this particular case, they set it up where those weren't people. Those are, well, you know what?
Save it for another time if it works
Homunculi?
out.
We'll see if you no, because here's the good.
Okay, I think they were cultists.
The
We could
relatively
come back.
good news is it's
Zombies.
unlikely you're going to wander back to this because the way this is structured,
There were
you
zombies.
don't really come back again. So this is kind of
We
like
weren't
the
talking about
wrap down.
resurrecting things.
Did
But-
we miss like
Yeah,
a
they're
really
probably other
cool
demons.
No,
legendary
you,
item?
You missed the fact that you would have gotten slaughtered in a fight.
Ooh.
Oh,
They
That's
were
good.
all jackal wares,
Oh wow.
and despite having
See, that.
that is.
I knew it.
You're good.
You threw a dagger at a jackal where we almost lost it.
well, and the thing that like I was trying to figure out how do I nudge? I'm like they've already fought a were rat, and only one person has a magic weapon, and one person casts offensive magic spells, and that's all they have that will hurt these things. And that's why they were so like cool when you were stabbing the guy, because he was like, this dagger's not gonna hurt me.
Oh yeah, because I was like very much so pressing
Pokey,
a dagger
pokey.
into
Yeah, so
somebody.
that wasn't the DM like playing like, well, I'm just going to ignore all this really cool stuff. It's like these guys really don't think of you as a threat. They're all just
Because we're
trying.
not.
They're all just trying not to murder you out of habit, because you're not
God.
supposed to try to take them all on at once.
Oh, that's not what we're supposed to do?
No.
I thought Jansen's demons were just being like jerks when they said they're not human. I thought they were just being jerks.
No, that was like
It's
the
hard
one
to tell
time.
what's paranoia and what's real.
Hey, they took the background. I'm just playing with it to keep the game interesting. So
It was interesting. It was good.
yeah, it was.
I love my haunted background. Like I'm not
It's
gonna
so
lie.
Causes like
Fun.
interesting moments.
It's really
Yeah.
perfect for me, especially like my personality as like Lunaria's.
Cool.
I seem to recall violence being the answer. Well, and here's the thing: if you had picked them off a few at a time, as suggested in chat, you
we
probably
just stormed in there.
you probably could have killed. You probably could have won via combat by taking them a few at a time. Taking on the whole pack at once, it actually says in the rule book, this will probably get your party wiped. So try not to let them do that. But if they do, but it was definitely a weird thing. I also thought was interesting because they really were selling the books with the intention of using them for breaking and entering.
Into Candlekeep.
Oh,
No, into other people's houses. He
just
was,
in general.
they were just going to sell one to that noble. He was going to take it home, and then the book was going to transform into something that would unlock the door so they could get in and rob him.
Oh, but that is not the monster it turned into.
That part, as the story was, as the module was ran, that part was they legit did not know they would do that on their own.
That's
Okay.
funny.
They
Here's a like out of story question because Ember honestly doesn't care, but are they going to keep making books?
Well, but it
yeah,
doesn't matter, because our job was to figure out where they were coming from.
Candlekeep.
Yeah,
Right.
as long as they tell the people not to bring them to. I mean, if those people do, that's not my problem. I just have to get these 3 books.
So they were lying?
Oh,
well, their
So
Sort of.
intention is not to send any more monster books to Candlekeep, and they
so
are
that was not a lie.
no, and they're going to
Okay,
try
I
to
see.
figure out how to make monster books that don't eat people.
But
That's
just
nice of
unlock
them.
doors.
listen, Ember has the criminal background. She does not judge. Like that is.
I feel like that's why Ember was the perfect person to like be
You
the
were
voice in
It
this.
was great.
Yeah.
I was
Because
like,
if any
I'm
one of us did
sweating.
it-
These are like drifting down my face right now. So sweaty. I thought I was really gonna mess that up.
Oh,
you-
great!
That was
That's it.
awesome.
I mean, the play of the game still goes to I can teleport anywhere I can see, and I can see it on the map.
Yeah, that's true.
That
was
is
amazing.
that is still the play of the game. But
Awesome.
and that is so great, and it's interesting. You guys managed to resolve the tonight. We never had a single combat, really.
Well, just mine.
Well, I mean, we could have had the one like I'm done with you. We're gonna kill you now, and roll. I mean, and to be honest, if you look at the situation, it was unlikely. Even up against like CR1 creatures, you were gonna come out of that one unscathed. You walked into an ambush, which kind of surprised me. I didn't expect that. That one
Let's
threw me
just
for a
walk
loop.
into it.
Okay, we're gonna be wary of chairs and splitting the party from now
And
on.
rugs.
If we ever buy a
Rugs.
house, there's going to be no furnishings in it whatsoever.
Well, and here's the other one. I was
Maybe a pillow?
as the DM, a little like behind the screen. I was trying to figure out, okay, do we end this with combat? Do we end this with an ambush? Do we end this with? At one point, I thought because there's another combat encounter tonight that was planned where that were rat you fought earlier, his twin sister jumps you with like more backup.
Right. We really need some magic weapons.
And my thought was like,
Magic.
ooh, maybe I'll have like the Jackalwares send them into like an ambush to get them killed off. And I'm like, I don't know if that worked. Oh, and by the way, those 2 storage crates in the room you slept the night in, one of them is a mimic.
Of course it was.
And I'm like,
Why did it not attack? Was it because we were staying up?
You didn't touch it.
you didn't touch it,
Yeah.
and you were keeping watch. And I thought, I don't see that ending well for anybody. So I can see them like before they leave you alone in there going,
Can you imagine if Ember doesn't trust chairs or crates? You could
Or
never
rugs
take me
or, like,
anywhere again. I'll stab every furniture we come across.
this is gonna make it really hard for Mir to take her on a date.
There aren't any chairs or rugs on boats. I'm just saying.
But there are crates.
There are
A
crates.
little
definitely.
gondola
My boat won't
ride.
have any crates. Okay? So there.
There is a point of diminishing returns on that. So,
If
here's-
I could have figured out how to get a dagger out, I'd have stabbed the chairs as I went through the room. I didn't think about the rug.
just be sure. Yeah, there was actually one game I was watching. Ophelia Noir is her stream name, and she actually had a castle was a mimic.
Oh, wow.
Like
The whole
like
castle.
well the
The whole castle?
like the main gate was the mouth.
Oh wow, that's brilliant.
And it had like these brick-like tentacles that formed to help pull people into. I'm like, okay, that's different. I can't imagine its AC is very high. Like, how do you miss a castle?
Does anyone remember the movie Monster House?
I
I
love
re-
that movie.
It's like an
Let's see
animated
it.
movie where the house is like a living creature and it like eats the
It
kids
has the
that go
soul of the
inside.
husband.
Yeah. And it's like the house itself is like a giant mimic. And like they go in and kill it from the inside, but like
That's exactly what I pictured when he said that.
yeah, that's what I only like an entire castle, like
Okay,
too
so
much.
let's wind this down. Let me see who else is out and about. So if you're hanging out here, you have a place to go to see some more D&D. One of the neatest things about doing this over the last couple of months is I keep finding more and more amazing content creators who are just making good stuff and having a good time and sharing it with people. And so I want to make sure you have a chance to enjoy some of that love. Excuse me. We're going to need a chance to kind of catch up a little bit afterwards, so I'm going to keep my players around for a minute so we can prep for next week. But I'm going to give each of them a chance to kind of sign off. Thank everybody for coming out tonight, and let you know where you can find them again if you want to be part of their communities, because one of the things that I am kind of a stickler for, and I'll stand by this as part of what I do, I work really hard to find people who are just great people to play with. It's why my tables are small. I don't have a lot of games running. Is I really do put a lot of value in finding good friends to play games with, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. So we're going to kind of reverse our order. Molly, you want to tell us what's coming up in your world?
Sure. So I stream Saturdays and Sundays over on my channel Barely Molly on Twitch, and I'm actually starting some new pieces. I did a tarot card version of Ember, and I want to do tarot card versions of the whole party here. So I'm working on Mir's next, which is the Fool. And we're very excited about that. I've got some sketches going, so we're going to start that on Saturday, I think, which is super exciting. Oh yeah, and there's tons of Moose and little Mooter shots, and you can give Moose a treat on my channel if you want to, which he's my mascot in the background here, giving me encouragement from his dreams. But yeah, I post all my art on Barely Molly on Twitter too, and that's where you can find me.
Not a whole lot. It's nice weather, so mostly my free time is going to be spent kayaking because I got a new kayak. So it's a lot of just fun time here. But you can find me here next Wednesday. And continue to check TS Lamb on Instagram or Pagan Children's Learning Series, also on Instagram or Facebook. So that's where you'll usually find me.
Alrighty, so let's see, what do I have this week? Tomorrow, I think finally my game developer friend has recovered from COVID, so I'll be doing continuing the process of learning Unity in 3D as well as learning C#. So we're building out a space-themed puzzle platformer first-person game. It's really fun. It's mostly a learning exercise, but it's really fun. And then Sunday, I will be having a sponsored stream from Microsoft doing machine learning with Azure. So I was actually sick this weekend and wasn't able to do it. So I've pushed it to Sunday. But you can follow me Twitter, everything as Enceladsaurus. But yeah.
I am Linarius. I stream Sunday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I do mostly Zelda content, and we also do some horror streams, which are just basically me screaming and crying. Like I tried this Visage or whatever today, and it literally like made me sick to my stomach because I was so terrified. So I had to stop. I was like, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Discord. Everything is Linarius, and yeah. That's me.
All right, and thank you everyone for being out here tonight. We have a Discord. It's linked in the chat. You are welcome to join us there for conversations. And we can see if things can work. I actually am thinking about adding one more game to my calendar. But a lot of it comes down to, again, finding amazing people like these four that are willing to give up a week to sit down and have a great time playing a game together. And I'm kind of like the guy who's like, well, I really like doing this, but I want to make sure I'm doing it with people I like to game with. And that's like my top thing. And the best way for me to know that is you join the community and we get to know you and we see what happens. We'll be back next week. My next stream is going to be, my next scheduled event is going to be Sunday night, where we are finally starting Curse of Strahd, informal, the actual adventure. And I'm really geeked. I'm like supposed to be, I have grades due on Friday and I haven't touched anything in 3 weeks because I'm prepping for Curse of Strahd right now. So I'm hoping my principal understands why the kids don't know their grades and won't know for another 2 weeks. But I'll also probably be on a couple more times this weekend just with general gameplay. And maybe I'll even do a work session where you can see a little behind the scenes as to what goes on when you're prepping for a session like tonight. Hopefully you had a good
really
time.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to send you guys off from here. Well, I did it last night for Curse of Strahd, and I was amazed how much work I got done because I naturally self-narrate. I just do it in my head. And on stream, I just do it out loud, and I don't feel like I'm crazy. And so it's kind of fun. It's like I found it very cathartic to work like that. So there's that. I'm going to send you guys off to Dork Tales. They stream, it seems like most nights. They also put together some amazing content and some great stories. And they're a blast to hang out with. So we're going to send you over to them so you can enjoy some more D&D content this evening. And again, I cannot say thank you enough to everyone that contributed tonight, everyone that either subscribed, gifted, cheered with some bits, participated with the NPC creation. Just being here tonight is a great thing because we could do this quietly off soon, but we all love sharing it with our communities. And that's what makes this so much more fun, is to play into this particular content. So thank you for coming out tonight. We are going to see everybody back here as a group next Wednesday, sometime between 7 and 7:30. And we're going to then delve into the Book of the Raven, the third adventure in Candlekeep. Until then, folks, please, until we can all get back to a game table together, roll some dice, put the naughty ones in dice jail, and elevate the good ones to a favored status. Please, stay safe.